traveled to some parts of KB, particularly in Kangiwa, in Augi, and as we speak today, they are in some part of Arugungu local government area. I think this is a threat, and a very fundamental threat, not only to Nigerian security, but to international security, and also it is an international threat. In my own opinion, the fight against these people requires a robust and elaborate operation. We don't actually need to engage in domestic security operation in these places because they have entrenched the communities, they have gotten the acceptance on the part of the communities. And what do we see? Traditional authorities, even yesterday I was relating with some of them. And those are you send people with military grade weapons. You wake up in the morning, you see them at night. You have no option other than to follow them. And that is what is actually going on in these rural areas. If you take, for instance, our local government, you find quite a number of the districts. Koidu taken over by these people, Shapazani taken over. Most of these areas are actually under the control of this terrorist group. And they are, just like I said earlier, non-Nigerians. But the possibility of our local people supporting and joining them and accepting their ideology is actually on the increase because they collect taxes. Not only collect these taxes, when they impose the taxes, they collect these taxes in cash, and they will also direct you. We are in so location at so point. We want so amount to be submitted or to be given to us. And at the end of the day, you will be the one to take the money. To the extent that in Arugungu, in Augi, in some part of Kangiwa, and even part of Sokoto states, around Tangaza, around Kudu, and Silani, they have established a network in which this network serves as their agents. They impose levies on you, 10 years of your cattle, they will say you pay 200 or 300,000. If you want to pay, we are in Jimmy, we are in Kidagiri, we are in Raka, they will mention locations. And you see people submitting, collecting this money.
Nigeria.
Where to see them? They have their agents, the motorcyclists that actually take individuals to some of these places. So in my own opinion, it is a very serious threat beyond our imagination. And we really need a robust international collaboration. It's not just about the issue of Nigeria anymore. Rather, it is the issue of getting the support of international communities to deal with this particular threat. It is eminent, it is increasing, it is expanding, and rural communities are crying day in, day out about the activities of this group.
Ṣẹ́gbọ́n tó sọ, ṣẹ́gbọ́n tí arákùnrin sọ, that people are crying on a daily basis. Yet, we are telling our people that the only option now is for Nigeria to be divided. But Nigerians are saying that it's going to be fine. It's just normal thing that happened. Everything will be fine. We play too much with our lives. And until we understand the value of our lives, then we will all ask Tinubu to divide Nigeria. Because if Tinubu does not divide Nigeria, the Northerners are just waiting to activate and do whatever is needed. One Joko, Facebook, it was due to the heat that the phone had to shut down itself. We are back on and we are still live. So while we are just cracking on, Mukian Lori Mix LR. Once again, apology if you're struggling to hear us, especially due to the audio. We are trying our best to resolve that problem. And I'm also using this opportunity to appreciate all our listeners for supporting us during the request of our laptop that has now been purchased. Tabahiri and Tofi support Wasi. You would also, we will appreciate it. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí. Mo kí ọmọdé, mo kí àgbàlagbà. mo kí wa pé a kú ìgbìyànjú. Welcome once again to Koikimedia as we continue to highlight and discuss the role of the politicians as they damage our lives for their own selfish interest. And the only option on the table is for us to ask now to divide Nigeria, not to keep Nigeria any longer. The more they are keeping Nigeria, the more is for their own consumption. The more politicians are keeping Nigeria, it's not because of me and you, it's because of their own selfish interest. And that is the reason why we must now ask President Tinubu to divide Nigeria for the interest of every Nigerian. Once again, let's go back to the story that we are developing from here, which is University of Ibadan has entered coma. One or two are in coma. University of Ibadan is currently in coma due to the many problems that the hospital is facing right now. The hospital cannot take care of itself. And I don't know why the hospital has not been put right into what we can call an emergency. The hospital itself needs to be on an emergency right now. I'm talking about University of Ibadan. And I'll be telling you what people are saying about this one-time most important hospital, well-respected within Yoruba land. Yet today, it has become a death trap, like many of you have confirmed in the last few hours of this program. We have had people talk about University of Ibadan is now a place where you need to take your own generator. And I'm not making this up. O ní láti gbé generator tiẹ̀ lọ síbẹ̀ if you're going to survive. Is this how we want our life to be as Yoruba people? Is this how we, the Yorubas, have turned to be? Mokento to send the super chat. I've not been able to pick who that person is. Let's see. Thank you so much, Baba Misun Udu. Otojo Meta. When you keep one Nigeria is like keeping as lion as your dog. Eshegoni for the super chat. Moki Baba mi Prophet John Ogundele. We do not joke with any single one of you. We appreciate you. We love you all. And we hope and pray that we will all get to our destination together. According to Easter Blog Niger, according to and I'm going to Eleni Mafishe Tom's me, University of Ibadan patient allegedly bring generator. Imagine no loss hospital to be generator, Danny. Allegedly bring generators and alternative power source to cope with the hospital's 4-month blackout caused by his 495 million debt. The question is, don't we have enough to look after hospitals in terms of allocations, budget? Eloni, can you charge me? What's going on here? Èló gangan ni wọ́n need to keep that hospital alive. Why are we like this? Why has Yoruba land turned into a death trap for millions of our people? And what do we need to do to make sure that the lives of our people... All right, I think it's plugged now. What do we need to do? Do we need to keep quiet? Or do we need to continue to raise our voices and demand the division or the breakup of Nigeria? Ṣé tí a bá break Nigeria, tagba Yoruba country tiwa lórí Yoruba land. Is that going to make any difference? Is that going to make any changes? We know that because at any time láti wo gbogbo sectors, and if we go back to what Baba Akintoye gave us to be talking about, the good news path to prosperity. Tẹ́ bá lọ wo the plan for having our own hospital to be looked after. I realize pé it can be done. The state of our healthcare is so bad. Look at what is going on at University College Ibadan. Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ níbẹ̀? Why is it not possible to have a quality healthcare in Nigeria today? What can be done? Morris Moyin ló post kìíní ní èní at about 7 a.m. Only the state of our healthcare is so bad. Look at what is going on at the University College Hospital Ibadan. Just read on what is going on in the iconic UCH. Iconic, iconic. It is something that is unique. It is something that is worth talking about. But today, University of Ibadan, just like many other hospitals within the Yoruba land in the southwest of Nigeria, are struggling. And they are really, really struggling. I'll be telling you some of the comments that is also coming out from this particular discussion. No one is talking about it. I am talking about it now. Only no one is talking about it. Only the elite fly to the US and Dubai and Cuba when they get sick, just like Akeredolu before he died. Akeredolu was being treated right in Germany when he could not look after Ondo State General Hospital, dilapidated. The elite fly to US, Dubai, táwọn bá ti sick. Yet, they are telling us that we should be in Nigeria that cannot look after us when we are sick. Ọmọ Yorùbá, eléyìí lesson ló jẹ́ fún wa pé àwọn olóṣèlú wọ̀ nífẹ̀ẹ́ wa rárá. It is all about them, and their family. They care less whether your health is worth looking after. They are not interested about whatever is wrong with your health. Kò dẹ̀ sẹ́ni tí kò ní health issues. Some might happen due to stress, some might be natural, some might be family trait, and some might just be due to the negligence of ourselves, especially when we consume things that we shouldn't be consuming a lot, which is happening in Nigeria. And I'm not sorry to say that. Gbogbo àwọn intern consume tí kò ní measurement, I can consume it with the hope that lówó láti lọ sí real hospital láti lọ ṣe ìtàn pè ní MOT làwọn máa ń pè lọ́dọ̀ tiwa, because tó bá lọ sí hospital ọmọ àbílẹ̀. So we have there's nothing wrong in taking all these herbal medical medicine, but ó gbọ́dọ̀ ní òṣùwọ̀n intamamalo. But what we have done is we have abused it in Nigeria. In UK right now, kò lè ní kọ́ fún ẹ ní kí ni oògùn tẹ́ máa ń lò ní Nigeria yẹn ti abuse oògùn yẹn gan. All these red and yellow capsules. In UK you can't get it. You can't just say, because they want your body immune to fight certain things back naturally. But you can go to the chemist in Nigeria and you can buy these ampicillin lẹ máa ń pè. Ẹ tẹ́ bá mọ̀ nípa oògùn tí mò ń sọ ẹ bá ń fi sínú comment section. Àti abuse ẹ̀ nínú Nigeria débi pé kò ṣiṣẹ́ fún yín mọ́ tẹ́ bá lò. It's because bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń lò yẹn kọ́ ló ṣe jẹ́ kẹ́ máa lò. Most of you have turned to yourself as ewúrúkú tó pa Mohbad kọ́lọ́n foríjì kó fọ̀run kẹ́. Ẹni tó ní owó nìyẹn, ó wá ń lo nọ́ọ̀sì abẹ́lé, ó fi wá ń tọ́jú Mohbad nínú ilé. Mohbad tó ní owó lọ́wọ́ wọ́n ń gbé nọ́ọ̀sì abẹ́lé kó wá tọ́jú ẹ̀ nínú ilé. Ó yẹ kó tìyàwó ẹ̀ pa sínú ilé ni. Ó yẹ kó tì mọ́ ẹ̀wọ̀n. Ìyàwó Mohbad yẹn ó yẹ kó tì mọ́nu prison kó má jáde rárá. But Nigeria lawa, everything goes in that country, and ìyẹn lẹ ṣe wá justice for Mohbad. But many of us are doing the same thing. We are using abẹ́lé nurses. Àwọn nurse yẹ pé what discharge wọn hospital ni, they are all discharged because of crime. You can send a request. Màá kàn gbé wọlé briefly because I don't want to be interrupted. I've not asked anybody to send a request, but that person that I've sent a request, màá kàn gbé wọlé ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ briefly so that I can continue my program. All right, I'll take what I say, listening. All right. So all these are why we are saying that, is it possible to continue? Okay, I think it's still there. Hello, and to our Twitter space. Hey, Landrodio, we're waiting for you. Dre, on Twitter space. You sent a request, we brought you up, and we hear from you. All right, we bring you down because the time láti waste, especially Osonlawa. One more time, Mr. Dre, Damilare, if you're here with us, can you speak up? If not, I'm going to remove you as a speaker because we don't want to be distracted. All right. I'm going to remove you as a speaker for now. So, all these, Moki Ashake, Ashatishe. So, when we talk about the hospital sector, is one of the reasons why we want Yoruba Nation. Because Nigeria kò lè treat wa. Àwọn olówó ń sá lọ sí Dubai, wọ́n lọ America, mẹ̀kúnnù ló lọ sí India because ó wà cheaper láti lọ ṣe surgery ní India compared to olówó tó ń sá lọ sí America àti Europe àti Turkey. And all these ni Baba Kite ṣe sọ pé ẹ̀yin ọmọ mi ẹ jẹ́ agbára wa kúrò lọ́wọ́ Nàìjíríà. Nàìjíríà ò ní anything tó fi offer wa. Àdánwò àtàgbákò ló wà nínú Nàìjíríà. Tá bá lọ wo the good news path to prosperity. The good news path to prosperity as part of our campaign trail. You realize that everything that we have said and we are still saying, Baba Kitoye have said it all. I hope mo record lánàá kò jáde rárá. I'm not sure why. I hope I'm not going to have the same problem today. So let's record as we go into the discussion. The good news path to prosperity in our Orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá in the 11th of February 2025. Tá bá lọ wo the content níbi tí Baba Kitoye ti mú ọ̀rọ̀ healthcare jáde, and I believe that is on the board. Because no more which one exactly, I have to look at it. Not judiciary, not education, revive strength education, revive our national character, transform our nation, clean up politics, election quality, corruption-free, true and respectable judiciary, incorrupt civil service, most appropriate constitution, true Yoruba national military and security service, effective foreign policy, best immigration policy. Our country shall be a land of enterprise and plentiful. We shall kill corruption in our country. To the corruption of in Nigeria. We shall have trusted and respectable public media. We shall place great emphasis on sport. We shall go very powerfully for technology. We shall impose on our mineral exploitation. We shall create high efficiency transportation. We shall make electricity supply maximally efficient. We shall have regular water supply. I'm sure we shall evolve a rational healthcare system. page 74. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n lọ mú yẹn jáde. 74, 74, 74. We shall have a rational healthcare system tó ń ṣiṣẹ́. Because if we do not have that in place, many of you will struggle. And that's exactly what is happening today. Majority of you are struggling because there is no rational good healthcare in Nigeria. Please share this program and also help us 25. Help us to get more people to come and listen. Mo fẹ́ mú bí tí bàbá Akíntóyè ti sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn jáde ní our youth development program is Òṣèlè. Once again, a very good afternoon and welcome to Koikimedia awareness campaign on reasons why Yoruba nation must stand alone. We don't need Nigeria to progress, neither do we need Nigeria anymore. And I believe while we are looking for that, I can give you what Jonathan said, that it is the British intention to keep us together. Listen to this while I come back in a minute.
I'm thinking about how we've been having this conversation about the unity of Nigeria. And I reflect back at some of the prominent statements made by some of our founding leaders. And I feel that probably this will help us to have a conversation on the Nigerian unity. I just brought forward, not to bore you, first, and I quote, not my statement. Nigeria is not a nation. It's a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. This is accredited to Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the former Prime Minister of the Western region. The second one, and I quote, "It is true that we politicians always delight in talking loosely about the unity of Nigeria. 60 years ago, there was no country called Nigeria. What is now Nigeria consisted of several large and small communities, all of which were different in their outlooks and beliefs. The advent of the British and that of Western education has not materially altered the situation, and the many and varied communities have not mixed themselves into a composite unit." This is accredited to Sir Amado Bello, former Premier of Northern Region. He thought, and I quote, "Since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country. But the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs, and do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. The Nigerian unity is only a British intention for the country."
But the British citizen, Eshigonan Kotoni, mo ṣe rí comment yẹn nísìn, ń bọ̀. The British intention to keep us together is a disaster. But the British is telling us that they can't get involved. Remember, we talked about that this morning during one of the letters that we received from the then Minister for Africa, and telling us about why the British cannot get involved in a sovereign state called Nigeria. Our people need to understand that for us to have a better life, health is the most important part of having a better life. If you don't have a good health, can Nigeria as a country take care of your health care in case you break down? either because of your marriage or because you lost someone. Have you ever thought about it? Betty ever fell ill? If you go into shutdown, is Nigeria capable to take care of you to the value of X amount of money, whether it's 1 million naira, 2 million? Ǹjẹ́ táìsàn kan bá ṣe é tó bá worth 10 million, do you think that Nigeria as a country can look after you without coming onto the social media for begging and begging and begging? What do you think? These are questions that we need to ask ourselves. Àwọn kan lè sọ pé we are not interested in the Yoruba country or the breakup of Nigeria, but are you sure that if at one point while you are still a citizen of Nigeria, I live in the UK, if for whatever reason anything goes wrong with me, nobody prays to be sick. Neither do anybody pray that we go into any medical crisis, be it on your own or because of other factors. I know that as long as I'm still a resident of the United Kingdom, I don't have to plan in my head. Lóòótọ́, the NHS is already going through its own problems in terms of many crises within the NHS. But that does not mean that I must have £10,000 in my account before I could be taken care of, no matter what illness it could be. That will be something that the government through NHS would have to take care of. I don't have to worry that I must have money in my account before I could be treated. Is that the same thing for you as a citizen of Nigeria? Can you guarantee pé tí nǹkankan bá ṣe mí nínú Nigeria máa take gbogbo responsibility ayé mi in terms of my health care? Do you think that it is possible during this administration? Because we might not have enjoyed it during Buhari as a Fulani man, but now that we have a Yoruba man there called President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, do you think that you can have a good life from the healthcare sector should anything go wrong with you? Whether your fault or it's not your fault. Nobody prays for any such illness or accident or anything. But think of about anything. Ǹjẹ́ Nigeria, the most populous black nation with over 200 million people, do you think that that country will take responsibility on you as the citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for your health care? Do you think that Nigeria is capable? Àbí o kàn ń wò pé well, Nigeria ò lè ṣe Koiki àfi tá bá ń parọ́, but à ń bẹ Ọlọ́run pé níjọ́ kan ó máa possible. The question then is, why are you living in denial? Pé níjọ́ kan ó máa possible, because you know that kò ní possible níjọ́ kan tó ń sọ yẹn. Your dad, your mom, your uncle, your nephew, your cousin, your friends said the same thing for many years. And you can see that either they have died because Nigeria could not provide the medical assistance that is needed in their lives. Whether Nigeria refused to even worry, because in tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní UCH nísìn, we don't have to blame Tinubu, because Tinubu is overwhelmed with the many problems of Nigeria right now. So the least thing Tinubu wants to have on his table is UCH is not working. He expects the governor, Seyi Makinde, to look after that sector through the budget. But ǹjẹ́ Ọ̀yọ́ State, ǹjẹ́ wọ́n ní enough revenue láti allocate? Let's see if we can even find the budget. Èló ni wọ́n allocate fún Ọ̀yọ́ State for the healthcare? Ọ̀yọ́ State. Let's go and check if we can find something. Ọ̀yọ́ State budget. Healthcare. Because ìyẹn la máa fi lè gauge pé ṣé Ọ̀yọ́ lè take care àwọn citizen ẹ̀. And I have it in front of me right now. And I've also prepared what Baba Akintoye told us would likely to happen tabagba country tiwa tá à ń pè ní Yorùbá land, Yorùbá country, Oduduwa Republic, Yorùbá nation ní ọdún yìí. Tí bá dẹ̀ sọ pé ní ọdún yìí, I am saying that if we are all ready to support the vision of our leaders. There is no point Tabana by Yoruba nation, and we still have many Yoruba people that disagree with it. Mama prove difficult because àwọn tí wọ́n ní expectation pé Nigeria máa ṣiṣẹ́. The question tẹ́ máa bá mi bí wọ́n ní sí ni pé ṣé Nigeria lè take care health care wọn tó bá sick? Just like UK can take care of my own health care, even though I wasn't born in the United Kingdom, but I fought hard to become a resident holder. They've admitted me to say, okay, oh no, lo Nigeria, mo ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, ṣé kò sí àpọ́lá wa Nigeria ni. And eventually, I was given a permit to live in the UK. So if Tiba sick in the UK, it is now the responsibility of the United Kingdom government, based on my local government, in London Borough, because I can either walk to the hospital or they pick me up from the house, subject to whatever was wrong with me as at the time I need a service. Is that the same thing for or not? Nigeria to Jomo Yoruba. Because you are already a citizen, you will need the resident permit. You were born in the country, you are meant to be a citizen, but is the government capable to spend up to whatever amount, regardless of whatever the problem to ban share? Because in the UK, they could spend, it doesn't matter whatever the amount, because healthcare is something as a priority. So going to the Oyo State government has allocated billions of naira to healthcare, including funding for primary healthcare centers, health insurance, and other health facilities. According to the information that we have, the primary healthcare center, and this is the budget for 2023, 2 billion naira was allocated to the Primary Healthcare Development Agency called PHCDA to renovate 209 primary healthcare centers. That was in 2023. How far they've gone with renovation, I'm not in Ondo or in Ibadan or Oyo State as a general. But Eyomo Oyolema le confirm for me say, well, Koiki, as of 2023, I visited a particular primary healthcare center and the standard was working. You can help me in the comment section. Nígbà tí mo dé primary healthcare center wa, ọmọ Koiki, ọmọ tuntun ẹ̀dànù, ó ń ṣiṣẹ́, gbogbo nǹkan tó jẹ́ kó jẹ́ standard, ó wà níbẹ̀. Ẹ lè bá mi fi sínú comment section. Because in tí a gbọ́ ni pé wọ́n release 2 billion naira as the budget láti renovate 209. That means pé in Oyo State, we have the capacity of 209 primary healthcare center. Are they functioning to the standard? Nígbà tó renovate wọn, àbí the money just went fizzle. Nígbà tó di 2024, an additional 4 billion naira was budgeted for similar projects. So what tó ń wò mí tó ń sọ pé o ní good health care, wọ́n ná budget owó sí, money was put in there. Whether that money was used for the purpose is what I cannot confirm, because fún mi ní resources láti máa rán àwọn èèyàn lọ sí gbogbo tí wọ́n, if tẹ́ bá fún mi ní owó nísìn tẹ́ support wa tẹ́ gbé mọ́tò sílẹ̀, I will give you a report of all these 209 primary health care centers, if truly, and the state and the condition that they are, with picture and videos, even if we have to do some of them without them knowing, because Nigeria is a place where tó bá ti rí camera lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ bàbá wàhálà ni, ìjà gidi ni. Wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ kéèyàn take picture, wọ́n fẹ́ kéèyàn ya video, I don't know why, because ìyẹn ni ọba kan ṣe ń gbáyàn létí tó tún wá record ẹ̀, because wọ́n ní tẹ́ bá lọ sí palace wọ́n máa ṣọ́ yín pé ṣé ẹ record kankan. Yet he was able to record himself and shoot himself in the leg, and I pray pé inú prison ni kó kú sí. Bomb bastard. So, but these are where we need our media at home to spring up and check. Kò ṣe pé kọ́kọ́ ni wọ́n fi ṣe budget. Kò dẹ̀ sẹ́ni kankan tó lọ check. All these will not happen tabani country tiwa. So while you are struggling as a citizen in Oyo State, wọ́n ní wọ́n fi owó sínú primary health care center, ìyàwó ẹ̀dẹ̀ fi bímọ, ó dé primary health care center kò ṣiṣẹ́, then you should be asking questions. Ṣé country ṣì wà viable? Ṣó ṣì máa ṣiṣẹ́? Collaboration with local government. This is Oyo State na sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ nísìnyí o. The Oyo State government collaboration with local government. The state government, ìyẹn Ṣèyí Mákindé, announced plan to construct or renovate 299 primary health care centers across 351 wards. Shall we break down? Listen. All these wards, listen. Púpọ̀ nínú wọn nísìn, expectation wọn ni pé Ṣèyí Mákindé tó dìbò fún, ó yẹ kó ṣe the needful nínú àwọn wards yẹn. And olóṣèlú dẹ̀ mọ bó ṣe mú yín. Gbogbo wards yẹn nísìn, election bá ti ń bọ̀ nísìn, wọ́n ti mọ àwọn tí wọ́n máa fi sí different wards to make sure that they can convince our people again and say, look, ó dá ṣé omidan 2.2 kan ní òun péré. Anyway, Ṣèyí Mákindé is going because last lap ló ń lò lọ́wọ́ nísìn. Bó bá ṣe tó bá ṣe kò sí nǹkan tẹ́lẹ̀ ṣe sí fún wọn. Ẹ ti dìbò fún second term. So 2.0 lẹ́ ń lò lọ́wọ́ báyìí nísìn. So ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, ẹ má ẹ̀ka àti fi life wa àti fi tayò pẹ̀lú àwọn politicians. And the politicians knows that we are already much more aware, especially because of the social media. Bàbá wa ní, I thought no more life on this channel. A jẹ́ pé ẹ ṣe máa darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lẹ́nu nìyẹn. Àwa ti kọjá stage yẹn nísìn. We have already made adjustment back and we have requested that channel will go live again. A jẹ́ pé this is the first program then wò. A jẹ́ pé ẹ̀wọ̀ àwọn programs wa tá à ń ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ mọ́. Kò tẹ́ bá ti wò ẹ̀ ti pọ̀ nínú àwọn programs wa àti mention ẹ̀. Yeah, so yes, we stopped the I can do divert because I'm recording as well and I don't want to be distracted. So, and that's the reason why sometimes we don't want to read comment because it takes you out of what you're discussing. And I'm recording right now, and it's very important because most of our people don't have access láti wò wá báyìí. So, and so sometimes we can see your comment, we omit it, especially when I'm recording. I'm recording right now. So, the question we should ask Ṣèyí Mákindé is that, ṣé nígbà tó inject the budget for all this primary health care center, ǹjẹ́ wọ́n rán àwọn èèyàn padà lọ check to confirm that the job has been done? Àbí wọ́n kàn fi ṣe egbòlé? Gbogbo alamu tó mean by that, party, affiliation. Wọ́n ti gbé fún aláàjì kan ti oníyá ilọ́kùn bẹ̀yẹn. ẹkùn kẹyà picture kẹsọ fún gómìnà pa ti ṣe jàre Alhaji dẹ̀ ti lọ sí Mecca tiẹ̀ wọ́n ti sọ de gbòólé lè ní better life if we are running a society like that, a society that you cannot verify. Now, if we look at it, right, from 2023, I got 209 primary healthcare center. So maybe there was more demand. Abiboya will capture 90 tó kù. Nígbà tó máa fi di 2024, ó ti di 299. Ṣé mọ̀ pé tó bá jẹ́ pé system tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní Nàìjíríà tí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́ tẹ̀ ń struggle tẹ̀ ríṣẹ́, each of these primary healthcare centers must have their own website. And that alone can generate 10 good jobs for people. Iṣẹ́ ọ̀dọ́ máa ṣe, wọ́n á máa upload iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe nínú primary healthcare center yẹn. Gbogbo tó need as an office kò tó yàrá kékeré kan. I am not bringing anybody in, do not send any request. I'm sorry. I don't want to be distracted. These are issues that are burning on the minds of millions of people like us, that if we want a better life, we need to pull out of the current state of Nigeria that we cannot verify. Owó tí wọ́n ní wọ́n pump sínú primary healthcare center ní 2023 ní sí, lè verify it. Because tí bá request for freedom under freedom of information pé kí Ọ̀yọ́ state government release bó ṣe ná owó yẹn, ṣe ná máa sọ fún mi pé torí mo jẹ́ Koikimedia, torí mo ṣe Yorùbá Nation, wọ́n ní release fún mi. Even though this information should be in the public domain, lè gbé life báyìí kẹ́ wá sọ pé ẹ máa wà okay. These are the reasons that ṣùgbọ́n tó ń sọ pé o mọ̀ tán pé Yorùbá Nation, your life has been stake. Wọ́n ti dágà bọ́, tó bá yọ dágà yẹn, ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó bá yọ lára ẹ̀ ó kú dànù nìyẹn. Because the first basic things of life ó ní pé ẹ̀mí tó wà lára ẹ̀ wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ lè secure. Ẹ̀mí tó ń bẹ ní ara ẹ̀, ẹ̀mí tó ń mí, ta fi ń mí sókè, ta fi ń mí jáde. Ẹni tó ò bá lè mí naturally, o gbọ́dọ̀ lọ sí hospital, wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ fún ẹ ní oxygen láti fi confirm in tó ń ṣe, bóyá àìsàn kan ti wọnú bọ́dì ẹni, bóyá o máa mu sìgá ni, ọtí ló mu ni, àbẹ̀rẹ̀ sí treat ẹ. But Nigeria ò ní gbogbo system yẹn. And we are all hoping that one day Jésù kọ̀ máa dé, á dẹ̀ transform gbogbo ẹ̀. Ẹ yé parọ́ mọ́ Jésù now. And stop calling Muhammad, because Muhammad is stupid. How about stupid? We are joking with our lives on Adetindagba. Gbogbo aṣọ ọmọ kékeré wọn. Kò sí tó kan Ṣèyí Mákindé bó ṣe wà yẹn wọn fi tó ti ń gba treatment. Kò bá nínú Nàìjíríà bó ṣe wà yẹn, mo lè fògùn ẹ̀ búra. Wọ́n ní ní Amẹ́ríkà, every dime, ìyẹn ni wọ́n ṣe ń bá USAID fa wàhálà nísìn. Pé owó táwọn Americans ń dá as taxpayers, ẹ̀yin wá lọ fi ń jó gẹ̀lẹ̀dẹ̀ ní gbogbo àgbáyé. Kí ní kàn wọ́n pẹ̀lú tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lágbàáyé? You can't be misusing public fund. In tó bá pè ní public fund, in tó lágbára gidi ni. Kò ń ṣe tí wọ́n máa fi jókòó ṣeré. Gbogbo àwọn gọ́ọ̀nà yìí nísìn tó sọ̀rọ̀ wọn di King Kong. Public fund ni àwa la lówó yẹn. A ní right láti question wọn, but tí bá question Ṣèyí Mákindé nísìn kò ní dá mi lóhùn. Tí bá request fún nísìn, bó ní mo tẹ̀lé fẹ́ request. Tí ma kọ lẹ́tà sí wọn ṣọ́ máa dá mi lóhùn. Àwọn tó ní email address. Gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì state kankan ṣì ń lo Gmail. Serious Ọlọ́run. Tàbá get the hell out of this country. How can a state máa lo Gmail as a correspondent email address? Wọ́n lo Yahoo, wọ́n lo AOL, wọ́n lo Hotmail. A lè build server tiwa láti máa fi operate system. Ó yẹ kí state kankan ní server tiẹ̀, ó yẹ kí state kankan ní website tiwọn. Wọ́n máa wá pín domain sí gbogbo different 351 words. Iṣẹ́ tá à ń sọ pé ó ń bọ̀ nìyẹn tẹ́yìn rò péré. àwọn ilé yóò ní time gbogbo tí mi sọ yìí wọ́n ní time. Àwọn tó expert wà nínú Nàìjíríà tó jọmọ Yorùbá but wọ́n ò ní fún wọn sí ìyá mi consent message sí mi. Wọ́n ní níbo ni Oòduà investment wà. Wọ́n ní kí ló dé àwọn bá wa dá sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Kò sí ìtọ́kọ̀ àwọn yẹn pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. They are not interested in Yorùbá nation. So tá bá ń pariwo Yorùbá nation, healthcare is a big factor lórí Yorùbá nation. Ẹ jẹ́ ká continue. Now, wọ́n ní health insurance. The Oyo State government has enrolled thousands of people in the Oyo State Health Insurance Scheme. Can anybody confirm? While we are live and tá bá ṣe program ìtàn, ẹ bá mi fi sínú comment section. Ǹjẹ́ yìí ti jàǹfààní nínú Oyo State Health Insurance Scheme? Have you benefited from it? As somebody that you know benefited from it? Do you know somebody? Do somebody know somebody? Àbí gbogbo eléyìí náà is just another gimmick. It's a good initiative, but who has benefited from it? Oyo State Health Insurance offers affordable health insurance plans for individuals, families, and businesses. Can anybody confirm if you have benefited from it? Other health facilities. The Oyo State government has launched a 50 billion naira health endowment fund to support the renovation of Ring Road State Hospital and other health facilities. Can anybody confirm if that has been done? These are things that we are saying that affect the country to us. So that Kale hold the government wa tilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Kò ṣe pé lè hold Ṣèyí Mákindé accountable nísìn. But the structure of how Nigeria is designed, they hold it accountable. Because what if ìbẹ̀rù pé àwọn ni Ọlọ́run wa, whereas they are not. They are just public servants. I was listening to the news, I think, Bulgaria, màá gbọ́lẹ̀ Google ẹ̀, tí wọ́n ní Prime Minister wọ́n ti resign because there is an interference coming from Russia on their election. Mo fẹ́ lọ mú jáde ní o, because èmi ò ní sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà kí n má fún yín ní proof. Ọ̀dọ̀ ìyàwó mi ọmọ India yẹn mo ti gbọ́ láàárọ̀ ẹ̀ nígbà tí mo jí ní ìdájí tí mo gbọ́ updated news. So I'm going to go to that and I'll rewind it and I believe I will find it and I'll tell you and I'll play it as well. Ẹ kí n ṣe máa wò lọ níbi tí bá ti rí ibi tí ó ti sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Màá rí this audio. So yín èèyàn wa, mo bẹ̀ wá, mo rọ̀ wá. Let's move out of Nigeria so that we can protect our people and save them from the health disaster. Don't lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. The future is bright. There's no doubt about it. The job opportunity is there. We will not need to go outside our domain. We will not have to go outside our domain. Ilé ti pẹ́ gbọ́dọ̀ ju ilé kan. Ètò ṣe lẹ́yìn 7 days ago kẹ́. Because ó wà ní Paris báyìí nísìn ní ìbí náà. So, if we are coming out and telling ourselves the truth, while some of you continue to try to portray us as the enemy of the state, yet we are giving you evidence that we are not the enemy of the state. We are only telling you that our life is stuck in a society, in a country in a system that does not value our healthcare. Tó bá tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé lórí healthcare nìkan la bá ń pariwo pa fẹ́ kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà, ó tó bẹ́ẹ̀, ó jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Tó bá tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé lórí healthcare nìkan, ó tó bẹ́ẹ̀, ó jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. But wọ́n máa sọ fún yín pé kẹ́ má worry, gbogbo nǹkan máa normal. Election tí ń bọ̀ nísìn, àwọn olóṣèlú tuntun ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Wọ́n tún ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Àwọn máa ṣe ná, àwọn máa ṣe this, àwọn máa ṣe that. And they always tell you that, oh, government is continuity. Yes, we know that, but irọ́ ló ń pa. They are lying. Politicians are full of liars. Irọ́ ti bà ayé wọn jẹ́. Ẹ gbọ́ mi, irọ́ ti bà ayé olóṣèlú jẹ́. They are bloody liars. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ ń ṣe òṣèlú, wọ́n mọ bí tó ti máa mú yín, wọ́n mọ tó máa sọ fún yín tó máa dùn mọ́ yín lẹ́nu, tó máa fún yín ní impression that ọmọ o gbọ́dọ̀ tẹ̀lé wọn, irọ́ dẹ̀ ló wà níbẹ̀. And these are many reasons why we are saying ọ̀nà àbáyọ tó ṣì kù ni pé let us push and ask for Bola Tinubu to divide Nigeria so that we can return back the glory of UCH, the glory of our institutions, our judicial system, tó à ní máa struggle. Kí ló máa fi máa ra ticket tó fi máa lọ sí Arab country? Kí ló fi lọ ṣe níbẹ̀ nígbà tí iṣẹ́ wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá? Ìwọ tó jẹ́ nurse, ò ń sá kúrò nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ìjà ló ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn. Fresh fighting erupt in Eastern Democratic of Congo. This fight has not ended. It's all about land, ilẹ̀. And if we are not careful, we can lose so much land that belongs to us. Ìdí tá a ṣe sọ pé let us continue to demand and request the right to self-determination. Kò ṣe pé àwa náà ní nǹkan mìta lè máa ṣe. But tá a bá gba country, ó máa prove difficult for every single one of us. They operate freely within Nigeria. It doesn't matter whether we are in Yoruba nation or not. Nigeria is not there to look after us. Nigeria was designed and created by the British for their own selfish interest. And it is time that we allow Nigeria to dissolve. Tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá jẹ́ kó dissolve, the more tó ṣì mold together yẹn, the more the problem ẹ̀. Igbo ní bad intention for us. Hausa ní bad intention. Gbogbo wọn ló ní bad intention for Yoruba people. And we cannot continue to live in denial. Modi ló dé sí France nísìn. Táwọn aráàlú ẹ̀yìn ni wọ́n ń dùn. Ó wà ní Paris bí ṣe bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí. Ṣé inú tí wọ́n náà dé dùn ni pé kí government official wa ká ní embassy káàkiri, Yorùbá embassy, ká ní government tó yẹ pé tí nǹkan bá ṣe ọmọ Yorùbá pẹ́kẹ́ ní Vietnam, government wa gbọ́dọ̀ máa béèrè lọ́wọ́ government Vietnam pé kí ló ṣe, kí ló dé tẹ́ fi ṣe báyìí fún. Do you know how many Nigerians are dying quietly in many parts of the world today because kò sí government? Number one, we'll respect the government in Nigeria. They people they respect the citizen. Let us pull out before it is late. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká fi ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ká sọ di kò tí yá nísìn. Àwọn tó ní kò tí yá nísìn kò kọ́ ọbẹ̀ wọn ní Nàìjíríà. Àwọn prefer bí Nàìjíríà ṣe wà kò kọ́ ọbẹ̀ wọn ní. Àwa la máa sọ pé no, we do not want to be part of this system anymore. This is a failed system. 2025 is very important for us not to take it as a joke. We must do whatever is needed. Gbogbo tó bá gbà pátá ní ká fún. Gbogbo nǹkan kí nǹkan tó bá gbà òun ní ká fún. Ká fi lè dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè. Ó dẹ̀ possible. ó dẹ̀ wà doable, ó dẹ̀ lè ṣeé ṣe tí gbogbo wa bá fọwọ́ kún àwọn tó jẹ́ leaders wa ká support wọn. Kò ṣe pé ká máa ní wọ́n mọ̀ ṣe. Bàbá Akíntóyè is 89. Kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ fi sọ pé kò mọ̀ ṣe. Torí kó tó bí yín ló ti mọ tó wà ní Nàìjíríà. Ọmọ lẹ́yìn sì jẹ́ sí bàbá. As long as tó o bá ti ju bàbá lọ, o tó bẹ́ẹ̀ kó máa sọ fún wa pé torí pé o ní ìmọ̀ wo ló ní? History wo ló mọ̀ nípa Nàìjíríà tí bàbá Akíntóyè ò mọ̀? Tí wọ́n ṣe fi máa sọ pé o ti lọ ṣe thesis, o ti ṣe masters, o ti ṣe kinní kan, gbogbo yẹn ò lè jẹ́ wá because gbogbo tó ń sọ yẹn bàbá Akíntóyè has gone through that before. And that's the reason why tí bàbá yẹn sọ pé ẹ má yẹ ká pẹ́ mọ́ sínú Nàìjíríà, ẹ yẹ ká fi ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ká fi sílẹ̀ because ìlú tó ń fàyàn sẹ́yìn ní Nàìjíríà, ìlú tó ń fàyàn sẹ́yìn òun ní Nàìjíríà, and Nàìjíríà ò rẹ̀ ní any future for anybody, kò ní future kankan for anybody àfi tá a bá ń parọ́ fúnra wọn. And I hope that all these our messages, all these our message will resonate. And you might think again and say, ó dàbí pé nǹkan táwọn ọmọ ilé ń sọ, ó dàbí pé tọ́ ni o, especially ẹ̀yin tí à ń sọ fún, tẹ́ ń sọ fún wa pé kò tí jẹ́ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ nísìnyí, ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣèfi Tinubu sílẹ̀, kò sẹ́ni tó ń di Tinubu mú, Tinubu ló ń di rẹ̀ mú, because Tinubu fúnra rẹ̀ gan mọ̀ pé problem wà nínú Nàìjíríà tí òun ò lè resolve. Gbogbo tó bá fẹ́ ṣe, they are blocking it. They don't want to give him the opportunity to deliver all his agenda. And that will take me, mo try láti wá story yẹn but mo rí, because there's a lot of things going on in Paris. Ìyẹn president ti prime minister to resign, either is a president ìkan náà àwọn European country ẹni, I think it's Bulgaria. The stage in right. So let's go back to again, what we know about Oyo State budget for healthcare. And I'm taking us to September 12, 2024, because mo fẹ́ lọ sọ́dọ̀ El-Rufai, ọ̀dọ̀ ẹni mo fẹ́ fi parí programming. Despite 12 billion naira allocated for upgrades over 5 years, Oyo State Primary Healthcare Center struggle with staff shortage. Ṣẹ̀rí pé lẹ́ẹ̀kan tí mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé I need the journalists, I need the media to tell us about whether owó tán ní kó fi renovate the primary healthcare center bí ó fúnà àbí kò fúnà. Evidence kan ló jáde nísìn. And this was put together by Adeyemi Okediran. Data Flight lórúkọ website yẹn. Despite 12 billion naira allocated for upgrades over 5 years, Oyo State primary healthcare centers struggle with staff shortage. Why? Ṣáàrá àwọn tó fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ ni. Why is the state struggling? Kí ló dé tí ó ń struggle? Kí ló lè máa jẹ́ kí Oyo State máa struggle pé ṣé wọ́n ní enough staff tó lè train ní àbí àrà àwọn tó fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́? I'm sure there will be a lot of reasons for that. Sabo Primary Health Center, Ibadan, is one of the primary healthcare centers recently renovated by Oyo State government. Despite the renovations, Ajoke Bashiru recalls a frustrating experience when she gave birth at the center on Monday, June 17, 2024. Wọ́n renovate center, èèyàn dẹ̀ lọ bímọ síbẹ̀, wọ́n dẹ̀ struggle láti gba ọmọ níbẹ̀, láti bí ọmọ níbẹ̀. Kí ló fà á? I shared a small ward with 3 other women and the staff seems overwhelmed, she said. Ajoke's story highlights a larger issue plaguing primary healthcare center across Oyo State, an inadequate workforce and equipment shortages, leaving both patients and healthcare workers frustrated despite massive investment. Ṣé rí pé gbogbo tí mo ti sọ látẹ̀kan àti rí evidence nísìn. Wọ́n náà renovate Sabo Primary Health Center. Èèyàn kan náà lọ bímọ síbẹ̀ ní June 17, 2024. Ó ní kódà Ọlọ́run ni kò gbẹ̀mí òun. Mo wo girl kan lórí Instagram lánàá ní somewhere in Ìjẹ̀bú ló ń pariwo pé hospital yìí káwọn èèyàn má bímọ síbẹ̀ o, kán má bímọ sí hospital yẹn o. Though mo ka comment àwọn kan ní but hospital yẹn àwọn ti lò ó. I think it's a private hospital pé kò sí nǹkan kan tó ṣe. Bóyá nígbà tẹ́yìn lò yẹn nǹkan kan ò ṣe. But nísìnyí nǹkan tí ń ṣe hospital yẹn because kò sẹ́ni kankan tó lọ verify bóyá hospital yẹn ó ṣì ní standard tó ní nígbà tẹ́yìn sọ nígbà yẹn. I'm talking about people that were commenting. Whether the individual was exaggerating it, I don't know. But like I said, when it comes to healthcare, it's more than enough for us to say Afikuro no Nigeria. 12 billion naira ń ṣòwò kékeré láti invest into the primary healthcare center because which hospital? Primary health center is there as the first stage of whatever is wrong with you. Tó bá difficult, tó di pé àwọn lè take care issue tó bá ń ṣe wọ́n rán ẹ lọ sí major hospital. Major hospital là ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ nísìn UCH Ibadan tó ti collapse kò ṣiṣẹ́. Àdánwò ni wọ́n ní tó bá débẹ̀ Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó jáde láyọ̀ àtàláfíà ìyẹn ní UCH. And the response of people, I've seen a couple of videos about the UCH. It's a disaster. Nothing to write home about. So, tabajoko, tá ń ṣe 3 hours program, 2 hours program, tá ń padà wá back to back. It's because afẹ́jẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ pé these are the reasons tá ṣe fẹ́ kúrò nínú Nigeria. Torí kò ṣiṣẹ́. Nigeria is a failure. And ìyẹn ló ṣe sọ pé Nigeria is a failed state. Okay, Romania ni ẹ ṣé gan ni. Bàbá yìí náà mọ̀ nípa international news, Mr. Idris. Romanian president resigned today. What he resigned? I've been looking for that. Ẹ ṣé gan ni, thank you very much. Mo dúpẹ́, àmọ́ lóore. Ìyẹn la ṣe sọ pé ọgbọ́n ọlọ́gbọ́n òun náà la fi ń ṣe ọgbọ́n. Romania. A tún lè kọ́gbọ́n látara Romania. Ẹ má bínú pa fẹ́ divert díẹ̀. Romania is the 12th largest country in Europe and number 6 most populous member state of European Union. Let's give a background. Kátẹ̀wó bóyá wọ́n lẹ́mìí tó Yorùbá, bóyá wọ́n ní landmark tó Yorùbá, bóyá wọ́n pọ̀ tó wa, irú àwọn èèyàn wo ni wọ́n? Gbogbo ilé tá a máa ń lò yìí, a máa ń try pé kí ẹ lè ní better understanding. Pé ìran táwa náà ń sọ ta jẹ́ ìran yìí, àwa náà wà capable ní àgbáyé to stand on our own, to have our own government. Tí wọ́n pẹ́ tí government wa lọ́jọ́ wájú ta bá rí fìrífìrí pé kankan right, a máa sọ fún pé kó resign, ó dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ resign. Ṣá lè sọ fún gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì kankan nínú Nàìjíríà kó resign lẹ́yìn Kẹ́mi Adéọ̀ṣun tó resign. How many of them? Tó bá jẹ́ pé bí tí Ọ̀ṣínbàjò mọ̀ títọ́ tó dẹ̀ mọ̀ because Christian ni Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ máa ṣèdájọ́ fún gbogbo wa àfi tó bá jẹ́ pé a kàn ń pè láti fi máa wash it down. Ó jẹ́ kí Ọ̀ṣínbàjò resign nínú gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì Buhari. Tó bá jẹ́ pé Kristẹni dáadáa lòun, tó bá jẹ́ pé èèyàn Ọlọ́run lòun. But because òun náà wà over ambition, ó fẹ́ di president. Àwọn Fúlàní tán. If I was Ọ̀ṣínbàjò's wife, I would have told him to resign from that messed up government. Because nínú gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì Buhari la ní wọ́n pa Yorùbá, Ọ̀ṣínbàjò ọmọ Yorùbá ni. Taparọ́ mọ́ Buhari pé nínú gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì wọ́n pa 29,000 Yorùbá people. But Ọ̀ṣínbàjò ọmọ Yorùbá ni. Kí ló dé tí kò resign? Ṣé bọ́ ń kàwé ju Buhari lọ? Kùtùrù ni Buhari kò ní education kankan. Ọ̀ṣínbàjò tó kàwé tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ó ti ní bíi masters àti PhD before 20 something years before 30 years Ọ̀ṣínbàjò ti di ó ti kàwé tí brain ẹ̀ ti over function tó jẹ́ pé omi tútù la gbọ́dọ̀ máa bù sí yet ẹ wo bó ṣe di ẹni tí a láti máa sọ nísìn pé ṣé Ọ̀ṣínbàjò náà lélẹ̀ ibo ló wà nísìn. He has gone quiet because wọ́n jẹ́ kó rí ìjọba yẹn ṣe because gbogbo policy tó bá gbé jáde Fúlàní máa sọ pé kó shut up kó get out táwọn sọ fún ẹ pé àwọn need the policy yìí ni a ṣàìsùn a kọ̀wé a ṣe this a ṣe that eventually they throw everything out of the box. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo Romania ká tẹ̀ mọ̀ díẹ̀ nípa àwọn wo ló ń pè ní Romania. Guess their population. The whole population of Romania kò tó Lagos State. The population wọn is 19.6 million as of 2023. Ṣètìlì nísìn pé a ní problem fáwa tí à ń sọ pé ká má kúrò ní Nàìjíríà. Torí èmi ò mọ ìwúlò Nàìjíríà fún wa. The population of Romania is 19 million. Government will not run. Wọ́n run republic àti unitary state àti parliamentary republic semi-presidential system. President wọ́n ti resign lẹ́yìn. Wọ́n ní no vote of confidence fún ó ti resign. Kò mú tọ́ọ̀gì lọ kọ́ lọ destroy house. Kò mú ìjà dání. Ó tún lè padà wá tó fi bá sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ but for now ó ti resign. Gbogbo eléyìí ò lè ṣẹlẹ̀ tá a bá ṣì wà ní Nàìjíríà. And àwọn tó ń ṣe politics ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n mọ̀ pé politics táwọn ṣe ìkó ń ṣe bó ṣe jẹ́ kí politics rán ni nìyẹn. Politics tá a lè question ní tá a bá question ní ẹ̀rọ àwọn tọ́ọ̀gì kó jáde kó wá náà wá ẹ̀rọ àwọn ọmọ ọ̀tá kó wá attack wa tá a bá dẹ̀ mọ́ ọmọ ọ̀tá yẹn tá a bá mú lọ sí prison èyí náà lè máa tún gbà jáde. Àìmọye àwọn tó ti pààyàn fún politician tó wà láàbúrò tó ti lé jáde pé kọ́ má ba mọ̀ pé wọ́n pààyàn fún politician. Intimidation ìyẹn ń ṣe society mọ́ a lè gbé àwa kan lè gbé nínú society yẹn mọ́ kò possible. Lọ́kàn yín lọ́dọ̀ tẹ̀yìn ó lè normal but abnormality ló jẹ́ fáwa kan because we can't live in that kind of mo lè gbé ní society tí bá sick ní sí ti máa wá owó kí tó lọ sí hospital kí la wá ní government fún. Ẹ wo Romania gbogbo population wọn kò tó Lagos State yet wọ́n rán ayé wọn to the little standard. Capital wọn Bucharest. Èdè wo ló ń sọ níbẹ̀ wọ́n sọ English. Tó bá fẹ́ lọ gbé níbẹ̀ o máa kọ́ Romania. O gbọ́dọ̀ kọ́ èdè tó bá fẹ́ lọ gbé níbẹ̀. There is no way you can live there and speak English. Wọ́n ní dé wọ́n gbọ́ English ò ń ṣe language fáwọn because kò ń ṣèdè wọn. But what language is Nigeria? Wọ́n máa sọ fún ẹ pé English. How? Níbo ló ti jẹ́ English? Culture wo ni Nigeria? Ilẹ̀ wo ni Nigeria ní kò ní ilẹ̀? Lóòótọ́ wọ́n kó gbogbo àpapọ̀. Àwọn kan ní kájọ wá make sure pé a push káwa together. But gbogbo ilẹ̀ mọ̀ pé irọ́ ni kò lè work. So that is on that, and let me just touch on quickly because àsìkò mi mo tútù lo over time. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo báwọn ṣe respond lórí ntí brother mi Morris Moyin. Only the state of our healthcare is so bad. Look at what is going on at the University College Hospital Ibadan. Just read what is going on in the iconic UCH. Only no one is talking about it. The elite fly to US, Dubai, Cuba when they get sick. The masses can go to hell when they get sick. Ọ̀rọ̀ tó dání, òkìlá fi ṣe sí. The masses. Àwọn ọlọ́pẹ̀ ni masses. Èmi àti ẹ náà ni our citizen, our ọmọ òdú. It is unfortunate. Something must give. but irú Mọ́yì yìí nísìnyí tá a bá ní kó wá sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Yorùbá nation kò fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Yorùbá nation ọmọ Yorùbá dẹ̀ ni I believe tá a bá ní lo platform ẹ̀ nísìn kó fi bá wa educate àwọn èèyàn pé Yorùbá country àwọn ọ̀fẹ́ yẹn ẹ̀wò bí ilé ayé ṣe rí mo kẹ́ ẹ̀tẹ́wà lórí ìjókè máa ń dẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí dárúkọ torí à ń record kìíní lọ́wọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká wá wo báwọn èèyàn ṣe respond máa wá lọ ka etí bàbá Akíntóyè sọ nípa healthcare àwa lọ sọ́dọ̀ El-Rufai ibẹ̀ la máa mú ètò yìí sí arákùnrin kan èèyàn ní I don't have to be mentioning their name but lórí Twitter these are how people responded but they said abroad people are coming to Nigeria for hospital service irọ́ ló wà ń bẹ̀ o so èmi á fi London sílẹ̀ màá wá gba treatment ní Nàìjíríà mo ti ṣán bọ́rọ́ lórí nìyẹn irú treatment wo mo fẹ́ wá gbà ní Nàìjíríà irú treatment wo ni mo fẹ́ wá gbà nínú Nàìjíríà how can I travel out of the UK and I'm going to come to Nigeria and be receiving treatment ẹ̀gbọ́n tí Jonathan sọ lẹ́ǹkan mọ̀ bọ̀.
Thinking about how we've been having this conversation about the unity of Nigeria. And I reflect back at some of the prominent statements made by some of our founding leaders. And I feel that probably this will help us to have the conversation on the Nigerian unity. I just brought forth, not to bore you, first, and I quote, not my statement. Nigeria is not a nation. It's a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigerian is merely an instinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. This is accredited to Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the former Prime Minister of the Western region. The second one, and I quote, it is true that we politicians always delight in talking loosely about the unity of Nigeria. 60 years ago, there was no country called Nigeria. What is now Nigeria consisted of several large and small communities, all of which were different in their outlooks and beliefs. The advent of the British and that of Western education has not materially altered the situation, and the many and varied communities have not knit themselves into a composite unit. This accredited to Sir Ahmadu Bello, former Premier of Northern Region. He thought, and I quote, since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country. But the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs, and do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. The Nigerian unity is only the British intention for the country.
Well, that's if everybody knows that. Let's read more comments and then we go straight to Eleni. But only I want to allow abroad wá sí Nàìjíríà láti wá gba treatment. Arákùnrin Maurice sọ pé that is just propaganda. Eleni, painfully is that the same citizens will defend politicians if you try to hold them accountable. Only people might be getting wiser, and I hope we can get wiser. But ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ get wiser in the sense that kò sí pé ẹ tún fi máa endorse bí ká lọ ṣe election. Ọmọ Yorùbá tó bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ òun fẹ́ fi PVC òun lọ dìbò, ọmọ kò lè work. PVC yẹn is as useless as tissue paper. Kò lè fún ẹni any medical assistant tó bá sick. Ìyẹn PVC tó ń gbé káàkiri tó ní ó fẹ́ lọ fi dìbò ní 2027. That's the 2027 kan tó bá ṣe máa exist. Bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn Fúlàní tó fẹ́ fọ orí Tinubu níbi tó wà. Eléyìí, someone should post UCH polling unit results. Elections have consequences. They don't tell the person ìtẹ́lẹ̀ sọ nísìn ni pé àwọn tó dìbò ládùúgbò yẹn níbo ló wà. Eléyìí ni the elite fly to US and Dubai and Cuba when they get sick. Yet they told us that US and UK residents now visit Nigeria for medical treatment. It is disgusting to see the level of laxity with which critical sectors of the economy, particularly education and health care, are treated. What a disdain. Òyìnbó ti pọ̀ jù. Brother, some of them are still not wiser with the conversation I have had. Because once of them, everything was okay. 2 years, ní Tinubu ti wà ń bẹ̀ nísìn, ìyà ń jẹ ṣégè sẹ́nibọ̀dì lára lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ṣégè banza ló ń jẹ everybody while Tinubu is being in office. Kò ti border, kò sí healthcare, kò sí security, kò sómi, kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń ṣiṣẹ́. Let's take 3 more. Eléyìí, honestly, UCH case is so pathetic. I don't even know what the issue is that can be solved. Eléyìí béèrè. The issue ni pé ká pín Nàìjíríà kólúkálukú máa lọ ká lè renovate ká lè kọ́kọ́ kó àwọn experts sínú UCH pé kí ló ń ṣe UCH ká treat it. But these are the same Nigerians that doesn't want to accept the truth that Nigeria gbọ́dọ̀ pín. Àwọn eléyìí expect pé Nigeria máa ṣiṣẹ́, especially àwọn tó wà lábẹ́ Maurice Moyin, majority of them. Àwọn one Nigeria to the core ni wọ́n fi believe pé there is a hope kan bọ̀ tó máa wá tún Nigeria ṣe bí Peter Obi olè one pastor. Eléyìí, till we start telling ourselves the truth, Nigeria will never experience growth. Ẹ̀rí lè sọ títọ́. Ìwọ jókòó ní Nigeria máa grow. Ṣé Daddy G ò ló sọ yẹn fún àbí ìyá àdúrà? A máa jẹ́ káwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan fún ẹ ní fàbú kọ̀ọ̀kan pé Nigeria máa grow. Àwọn pásítọ̀ táwa fẹ́ gbọ́ lẹ́nu wọn ti sọ̀rọ̀. Prophet Mayowa ti sọ̀rọ̀. Prophet Tibetan ti sọ̀rọ̀. Prophet Ezekiel. Prophet Nasiru Lai. Ta ló tún wà ń bẹ̀? Gbogbo wọn ti sọ̀rọ̀. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa pé Nigeria ò lè grow. Nigeria gbọ́dọ̀ pín ní ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń ṣàn lára fáàgì Nigeria. Kí ló tún wá ń dúró dé? Gbọ́n tí El-Rufai sọ fún Tinubu. Wò ó, ètò ọ̀fẹ́ fojú Tinubu rí. Òun gan ni. Ṣé Jagaba ló ń pè rẹ̀? Kájọ máa wòran. Àwọn ọkọ̀ ní dúró de tí wọ́n ní torí ó máa fi tiẹ̀ kó bá àwa. Torí pé tó bá gbá Tinubu dànù tó ráyè wọlé ní 2027 tẹ́rò pé kò possible. Ìgbà yẹn ni gbogbo wa máa mọ̀ pé èyí tí Fúlàní máa fojú wa rí òun ló ń lọ lọ́nkàn yẹn. So bẹ́tà ká gbára wa sílẹ̀ wá sí Tinubu wà níbẹ̀ èyí tó bá fi ṣe fún wa kó tètè yá ṣe fún wa. Dàǹpé ká lọ dúró de Fúlàní kan kó lọ wọlé padà. Torí Fúlàní àfojú wa wọn àfojú gbogbo àwọn èyí tó lọ lọ́nkàn yẹn. Ọlọ́run kókó ṣe àwa kan abroad là ń gbé. Olùwàkọ́ máa make sure pé èèyàn gba flight tó máa wá sí Africa ni. Wàá máa lọ sí Europe gbogbo àgbáyé wà máa gbádùn ayé ẹ̀ ṣé wá dàbẹ́. Ṣé gbogbo ilẹ̀ ní access láti travel? Mo béèrè. Ṣé gbogbo ilẹ̀ ní access láti travel? Ṣé gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń bẹ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ló ní accessibility láti gba visa láti travel? Ṣé máa ká tanra wa? So èyí tá à ń sọ fún tẹ́ni ilé ìṣe wá mú àwọn diaspora nígbàyà. Ó mú wa nígbàyà because our concern and our considerate. Àrò tara wa nìkan. Tàbá ní ká ro tara wa nìkan ni, a ní kí ẹ̀. Tí bá ro tara mi nìkan ni kí ní kàn mí pẹ̀lú life anybody. Ìbí àwọn agbádùn life tèmi lọ ní FK. Àwọn kan pàdé mi kan pè mí olórí mi ò pé. Ó ní kí ló why you stressing yourself? Àwọn tó ń stress ara ẹ̀ fún ìwọ, àwọn kò kíá. Ó ń wá Nàìjíríà fún weekend ẹni tí mo sọ yìí. Ó máa dé níjọ́ Friday, á dé padà níjọ́ Sunday. Kò sí ìtò kan pẹ̀lú Yorùbá gba Yorùbá nation gba Yorùbá nation. But olúkálukú wa bọ́lọ̀ ṣe dá wa ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni. Ẹ fi pé mi náà fẹ́ wọ́ òkè ni. Èmi náà fẹ́ máa gbádùn kí máa lọ káàkiri kí máa. But we have to do what we have to do. Especially àwa kan wà concern. Èmi ti gbé labroad ní so ti sú mi. Àwọn ọmọ Oòduà tó bá yá wá sílé. Bọ́wọ̀ lè wá sílé nísìnyí ọmọ Ìgbò máa kó wọn sí. Lagos ò safe mọ̀ nìkan ọmọ wá sí Lagos state nísìn. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fẹ́ wá sí Nàìjíríà ẹ wà careful kẹ́ máa gbọ́ news dáadáa. Wọ́n ní Lagos ti wà ní red alert. Ẹ máa kẹ́ni kankan fúlù yìí Fúlàní wọ́n sọ fún wa kó máa take care wa. Fúlàní ṣe máa ní ọ̀tẹ̀ mo tẹ̀ fi máa sọ mi tẹ̀ tó fẹ́ lọ síbẹ̀ má jù lọ máa bínú tó necessary kan má frustrate olúwẹ̀. Èmi ní kí n kọ́ máa lọ lé but be very careful. Ẹ sọ fún mi kémi wà careful ẹ̀yin kan wà careful. Nigeria ò safe for anybody. Ẹni kémi wà careful ẹ̀yin kan ti wà ẹ̀yin tí mo tó fi ṣe tẹ́ bá dé Nàìjíríà. Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ̀sí lọ Nàìjíríà kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ yín. Páká ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú Nàìjíríà lẹ́ máa mọ̀ pé nǹkan wà nínú Nàìjíríà. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kí èèyàn síkì tó bá dé Nàìjíríà wàá rí ìyàwó àpín bàbá tán máa gún ẹ lábẹ́rẹ́ mi. Abẹ́rẹ́ kọ́kọ́ lọ́nà gún Mohbad tí Mohbad fi kú nísìn. Abẹ́rẹ́ ò lọ gún Mohbad tí Mohbad fi dẹni tó lọ sí. Ṣé yẹ kó máa gún Mohbad nínú ilé tó bá yẹ pé ìlú tí orí ẹ̀ pé táwọn tí wọ́n wà ń bẹ̀ tí wọ́n ní common sense. Odindi Mohbad ẹ̀ ń gún lábẹ́rẹ́ mọ́nu ilé ó wá jẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹran. Ṣé yẹ ká máa ṣé mọ̀ pé labroad ó bí yànda kó máa gún abẹ́rẹ́ ajá tó gbé sínú ilé wà náà gún lábẹ́rẹ́. That is how we don't value human lives. Àwọn tó wà labroad ń gbọ́ mi náà ṣé yàn lè lọ sí chemist àbí pharmacist làbá máa ń pè kó wá ní my dog is making some sound I don't like. Do you have injection tí mo lè gún? Ibẹ̀ lọ́lọ́pàá máa ti gbé ẹ because wọ́n máa rò pé ó ti ń ṣe tipẹ́ wọn ní mọ̀ pé ó ṣẹ̀fẹ́ ṣe ni. Àwa wá ń gún ra wa sínú ẹlòmíì tó bá sick nísìn gbogbo ilẹ̀ máa ń ṣe. Ẹni kan bá ń pe nọ́ọ̀sì kan wá kó wá gún yín lábẹ́rẹ́ nọ́ọ̀sì tó ti dismiss hospital nọ́ọ̀sì tẹ́ ẹ̀ mọ̀ bí ó sì ní standard akọ̀ gún yín lábẹ́rẹ́ dànù ikú akọ̀ pààyàn sínú ilé. Ṣẹ̀gbọ́ ó tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wà lọ ra abẹ́rẹ́ wà wá gún ajá nínú ilé ní Amẹ́ríkà ní Canada ní UK ní Europe ohun ṣe gbaná ni òun làwa wá fi ń ṣayọyọ. Ẹlòmíì ẹ ní kí nọ́ọ̀sì wá fún yín ní drip nínú ilé. We play too much with our lives. Àná rẹ̀ ó yẹ bá wa pe nọ́ọ̀sì ẹ pe sista òun náà wá dé sista nọ́ọ̀sì àwa máa wo pọ́ọ̀sì ìlú ẹ̀ báyìí àìmọye ẹlòmíì tó ti ibi tó yẹ kó ti injection bọ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ níbi tó ti bọ̀ gbàtẹ́yìn òkúkú mọ̀ òun á kọ́ pé ikú ló ń bọ̀ yìí aya jù síbòmí. Nígbà tó pa Mohbad kí ni wọ́n ṣe wọ́n rápẹ̀ up kan ni. Nígbà tó ti pa tán sínú ilé ó pa sínú ilé ni. Ìmí ọkọ̀ ní interest nínú kéèsì yẹn ni torí ní tèmi gbé dání àti ọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad àti gbogbo ẹ̀ làwa gbé dání ni. Ìyàwó ẹ̀ yẹn ó yẹ kó tì mọ́lé ni ó yẹ kó ti ìyàwó Mohbad mọ́lé kan kò jẹ́ kó jẹ́ kí ìyàwó ẹ̀ jáde rárá nínú kirikiri ó yẹ kó tì mọ́nu kirikiri ni maximum prison. Wọ́n ní look at what happened to Michael Jackson yẹn kan tí wọ́n mi létí àwọn tó wà l'Amẹ́ríkà. Àwọn ìyẹn làwọn wá fi ń ṣàyọyọ. I know that it might mean nothing to you. Àwa wà concern ni oníkọ́ wa máa fún ẹ ní drip nínú ilé. We play too much in our lives because tá bá mọ value life ní máa play pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Ọlọ́run wà pẹ̀lú wa o. So eléyìí stop calling them masses. Kí ló ń pè wọ́n ní masses? It is only in Nigeria that we call citizen masses. That is why these politicians see us as lab rats. Nígbà tí mo ka comment ẹ̀rí pa mí. Politicians see us as lab rats. Èkúté tó ń fi ń ṣe ó mọ̀ pé èkúté ló máa fi ń ṣe practice nínú lab. Wọ́n máa fún wọn ní nǹkan jẹ wọ́n máa study wọn gbà tó fẹ́ kú wọ́n máa study wọn bó ṣe máa tóbi. Àwọn politicians ti wá rí wa bí èkúté. Àwọn mélòó ló wà níbẹ̀ yẹn a ní àwọn bíi 6 má fún wọn ní búrẹ́dì 6 o bàbá ẹjá fún wọn ní búrẹ́dì 6 tó bá fún wọn ní búrẹ́dì 6 wọ̀ ní wá lọ́la ó yá gbé búrẹ́dì 2 lé yín lọ́wọ́ àti cup of tea ẹwà ayé olórí burúkú àwọn olóṣèlú. Owó tó ń bẹ lọ́wọ́ politician kankan bí ṣe bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ kò lóǹkà. Owó tó ń bẹ lọ́wọ́ wọn kò lóǹkà. Wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ wọ́n wò wá báyìí gbogbo ọlọ́wọ́ wá akọ̀ máa rẹ́rìn ni àwọn ọmọ àkẹ́ àwọn ọmọ Ìgbòho nìyẹn ẹ ṣàfilẹ̀ ọ̀ṣẹ́ rí Kóìkí yẹn ẹ fi Kóìkí yẹn lẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ àwọn àkọ́mọ̀ Ìgbòho ní nǹkan kan gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe bó ṣe wà yẹn wọ́n mọ̀ àwọn olóṣèlú mọ̀ pé táwa ń sọ òtítọ́ ni wọ́n mọ̀ pé tá bá gba Yorùbá country gbogbo alájọ máa gbádùn báwọn fẹ́ kéèyàn kan gbádùn ọmọ nǹkan wọ́n mọ̀ kó ti tọ́ ni Koiki sọ torí èmi ò lè jẹ́ foreigner labroad kí máa gbádùn ayé kí wá jẹ́ citizen nínú Nàìjíríà kí máa gbádùn ayé ẹ wá ní kí máa bọ̀ ní Nàìjíríà ká wá gbé Nàìjíríà mò ń bọ̀ ajọ máa gbé bẹ̀ náà ni ajọ máa gbé ní orú yẹn as a foreigner tó lọ gbé ní abroad tí mo dẹ̀ ń gbádùn tí wọ́n dẹ̀ respect mi tèmi náà dẹ̀ respect òfin wọn gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe ní UK kan ni mo like gbogbo tó ń ṣe ní UK kan lèmi gan like gbogbo a manage ní ẹni tó tó a sọ̀rọ̀ sí ẹ níbi iṣẹ́ o lè bú gay o lè bú lesbian ní UK America ní síndẹ̀ ti dá Trump gbà sí fún gbogbo wọn ni ó ní òun fẹ́ gbọ́n kankan tó ń jẹ́ gay àti lesbian male and female ni but ní UK òfin ṣì wà many things like that aláti accepted because tábà accepted a fi padà sí Nàìjíríà a dẹ̀ fi lọ sí Nàìjíríà because tábà lọ Nàìjíríà family wa mí gan fẹ́ jẹ́ ká wálé because àwa láti wá di the head tá à ń tọ́jú wọn nílé ẹlòmíì tó bá fi lọlé ó máa ń ṣàdúrà ni mọ́nà rẹ̀ mi kan ṣe lọlé ní January kò ná rárá ọ̀nà 12 million naira ó ní ìlú yẹn ò gbádùn sẹ̀ òun lówó gidi the cheapest hotel tó sùn is about 300,000 ó dẹ̀ lò 10 days àwọn ilé sọ fún mi pé tá bá gba Yorùbá nation àwọn investors táwọn máa kó wá ó náà máa sọ local government òun di New York ó promise mi ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo ní sọ state ọmọ yẹn ti wá young girl ó ti lọ́kọ ó dẹ̀ ti bímọ kò gbọ́ Yorùbá dáadáa tí bá pè ní kò sí ẹ́ tí mo ní ìdìmọ̀ pé á fún mi àwọn ní ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ Yorùbá ju bó ṣe ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ Yorùbá ju kí ó lọ́dá ẹ̀yẹ́ ká gba country ká tún ayé wa ṣe ó wá Nàìjíríà recently kò ná rárá over 12 million naira ló ná àwọn mẹ́ta òun àti àwọn méjì pẹ̀lú èèyàn kan nínú Nàìjíríà kò tí kò sọ fún mi mọ́ mọ́ ni nígbà tó padà dé America báyìí ó ní that country ó ní just keep fighting we must get Yorùbá nation shit whole country ìwọ tó lówó lọ́wọ́ ìyà ń jẹ musa fẹ́ pé ká ẹni tó lówó lọ́wọ́ sọ fún mi pé Nàìjíríà ò gbádùn presidential suite ló sùn throughout tó fi kúrò Nàìjíríà ọmọ náà pè ní presidential suite ó dé hotel kan wọ́n sọ fún pé kò sí room sọ ọmọ orí èèyàn tó jẹ́ ọlọ́ọ̀bá ó dé hotel yẹn mo ní dárúkọ hotel náà ó wá ní àwọn need room ẹ̀wọ̀n ní kò sí room báyìí pípẹ́ ìkíní kan room báyìí ẹ̀mọ̀ ọwọ́ àwọn orí ẹ̀kù lára púpọ̀ ọwọ́ wọn dà pé ṣé lè san owó presidential suite ó ní kọ́ fún òun ní mẹ́ta àyà wọn já lóòtẹ́lì yẹn ó ní kọ́ fún òun ní mẹ́ta tó sanwó lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ on the sport ìwọ ní owó mò ń sọ pé ká gba Yorùbá ni ẹni tó ní owó ó sọ fún mi pé Koiki ó ní you must not stop fighting for Yorùbá people ó ní because ìlú òfò nílùú yẹn ìyà ń jà wọ́n èèyàn. These are the reasons táwa ṣe ń jáde continuously because ẹni tó lówó sọ fún mi pé Nàìjíríà ò gbádùn ìwọ tó lówó wá sọ pé Nàìjíríà máa gbádùn 12 million naira ló ná ní January 10 days ló lò ẹ̀ẹ̀mejì ló máa wá sí Nàìjíríà lọ́dún. Stupid people à ń sọ fún yín pé ká gba Yorùbá nation sọ pé ká dákẹ́ ó dá Amẹ́ríkà padà báyìí tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí debrief mi ó ní ìlúyàn lè tí ó ní kò sí àkàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ a waste of time ó ní kò sí nǹkan nínú Nàìjíríà ẹni tó léfàn tó lékan náà nìyẹn and they doing very well ó dé state ẹ̀ náà shit oníṣọ́ state tó ti wá shit whole country so ó kù sí wa lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yẹ́ ká kiri tí bàbá Kítóyè sọ. We shall evolve a rational healthcare system. We Yoruba people have medical practitioners in large numbers, but unfortunately, the chaos, insensitive, insecurity, and hopelessness of Nigeria. Gbọ́n kọ̀ tí bàbá Kítóyè sọ, hopelessness of Nigeria. In Nigeria ni wọ́n ṣe máa ń sọ, ìyàn kan wà lórí platform báyìí nísìnyí. Mo ní dárúkọ ẹ̀ ó wà lórí thread báyìí bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí tẹ́ bá rí patent tó ní lọ́wọ́ UK government wọ́n fẹ́ jìgbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. He has one bad patent of innovation. Patent, ọmọ tó ń pè ní patent, ó ti patent kìíní yẹn, òun ló ní UK government ẹ̀ fi jàgbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Wọ́n fa wàhálà yìí lọ́wọ́ báyìí nísìn. Gbogbo communication ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú UK government ló sẹ́ndì sí ni. Àyíkágbá Yorùbá country, mo rí sí tèmi ṣe ń bínú ni because àwọn kan communicate pẹ̀lú wa pé sẹ́, àwọn fẹ́ gbé gbogbo kìíní, àwọn fẹ́ gbé lẹ́sílẹ̀ Yorùbá kó máa ṣiṣẹ́. Ìwọ́n sọ pé kí ni ká jó sínú Nàìjíríà. Ẹni yẹn sọ, ó ń bá mi, ó wà lórí comment báyìí nísìn nínú thread, mo ní sọ bí tó ti ń wò wá. Gbogbo communication net nínú UK pátá, email ẹ̀ máa copy mi àti MP ní o àti ó ń bá wọn fa wàhálà nínú UK lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ bí ṣe máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí. Ìwọ sọ pé Nàìjíríà máa ṣiṣẹ́. Who the hell are you to tell me Nigeria is going to work? Nigeria ò fòṣì. Ìwọ tí à ń jẹ nínú Nàìjíríà, àwọn èèyàn sọ fún ẹ pé Nàìjíríà ò ṣiṣẹ́, ó wá ń sọ pé Nàìjíríà máa ṣiṣẹ́. Mo ní 1990 ni mo sì mi sá kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà. Kò ń ṣe kó ṣeré lọ sí London. Ó abandon every goddamn thing ló lọ fàṣẹ ní London. Àwọn ìyá tó ń fi $60,000 in the 90s ní mọ̀ sí tèmi tí kó $60,000 travel. Àwọn tó bá mọ filters tọ́lọ́ ra gold ní Italy. Àwọn máa ṣe stopover ní London. Wá kọ̀ wọlé wá jáde. Ibi tó ṣe lọ Italy lọ ń lọ. Wọ́n sì lọ sí Swiss. Wọ́n lọ sí Hong Kong. Wọ́n lọ America. Ìwọ́ṣẹ́ wa ń sọ ní 21st century níbi tí tó ń yàgbẹ́ tó lè flush. Níbi tó somi. Tí tẹ́ẹ̀ lọ sí hospital tó ní kẹgbẹ́ generator wà. Ìyẹn ni wọ́n ṣe wá ń sọ fún Koiki. Tẹ́mi fi kúrò ní Èkó. Private hospital la fi gba treatment. Mo ever dé public hospital. Kọ́lọ̀ fọ́nrún kẹ́ àǹtí mi kan. Private hospital la lò tí mo fi kúrò ní Nàìjíríà ní 1998. Orí fọ́ mi ò fọ́ mi, mo sick, wọ́n ní ká máa lọ síbẹ̀ ká lọ. Èmi ti mọ̀ pé wọ́n máa ń ṣe, kémi tó kúrò Nàìjíríà mo ti mọ̀ pé èèyàn máa ń ṣe àyẹ̀wò kò dìgbà tó bá sick. Because nígbà tó bá ní ká lọ sí hospital, bá ní kankan ṣe mí. Àǹtí mi á ní ọmọdé ló ṣe wọ́. Ṣé dìgbà tí nǹkan bá ṣe èèyàn yẹn máa lọ sí hospital? Ẹ lọ sí hospital. Ìwọ́nṣọ́ àkọ́kọ́ ló fẹ́ náwó, wọ́n tún máa bẹ̀ wá. Kò ìmẹ́ máa wọ́n dàbí kí lá ń lọ sí hospital fún. Sick náà kí lá fẹ́ lọ sí hospital fún, wọ́n á ní ká lọ ṣàyẹ̀wò. Àbájẹ́ bẹ̀ báyìí, dókítà fi gbogbo check gbogbo. Private hospital ni mo lò tí mo fi kúrò Nàìjíríà ní 1998. Èmi ò ever dé public hospital, mo mọ̀ tán ṣe níbẹ̀. Tó rẹ̀ ń ṣe mo ní dárúkọ hospital yẹn. Lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ rẹ̀ ló wà. Private. À ń sọ fún yín pé kí ni ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ jágbajàgba. 1990, my mom was traveling with $60,000 traveler check. Ọmọ ẹ̀ tó jẹ́ ní sin tó bá converted. Ìwọ́ṣẹ́ wa ń sọ pé Nàìjíríà máa ṣiṣẹ́. À ń sọ àjókòó síbẹ̀ ẹ wá sọ Yorùbá nation di comedy, ẹ sọ di skit. Kí ni kan àwọn ayé àwọn politicians àtàwọn elite wa? Ayé wọn ò kan wá. Àwọn ráyé gbé, àwa là ráyé gbé. Àwa kan dẹ̀ ráyé gbé. Torí ìyà ò jẹ mí. Àbá wá sórí social media náà ní kẹ́ support wa, a kàn yọ̀ sí wa lára lọ́rùn ni. Ní London, màá lọ fọ́ bọ́bí wèrè, màá ṣiṣẹ́ mẹ́ta. Owó adẹ̀ máa wọlé, máa tọ́jú ara mi, máa tọ́jú ọmọ, máa tọ́jú ìyàwó. Tí mo lè fọ́bọ́ ní Èkó hotel kan fún mi ní recognition. Ṣé abọ́ ti bá fọ̀ ní Èkó hotel, ṣó lè gbé mi travel láti Èkó hotel? Tó bá yẹ pé Nàìjíríà ń ṣiṣẹ́ ni, ẹni tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní Èkó hotel as a waiter, ó yẹ kó lè travel lọ anywhere in the world. Àìmọye waiter tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní London, àwọn European àwọn yẹn dẹ̀ bàjẹ́. I'm sure some of us are wà ní UK. Tó bá ti di Friday bá ṣe làwọn yẹn máa ń lọlé. Tó bá di Saturday, Sunday wá dé, tó bá dẹ̀ ti dé wá kó oúnjẹ wá láti ìlú wọn. Oúnjẹ tó máa jẹ for the next 1 week. Mo rí wẹ́rì. Gbàtẹ́ pé ticket of in travel lọ sí ìlú wọn is less than £100 kò tó £50. Gbogbo àwọn Romania tá à ń sọ yìí, wọ́n máa wọ plane. Wá lọ sí ìlú wọn ní Friday, wá dé ní Sunday, àbíkọ́ dé láàárọ̀ Monday tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n ní day off. Àwọn kan lọ sí Paris. Ẹlòmí gbogbo wine tó mu Paris ló ti ń kó wá. Ṣé ìwọ náà lè ṣe the same thing bẹ́ẹ̀? Ibi tó ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ ṣó o lè ra ticket níjọ́ Friday kò ṣeré lọ sí South Africa ṣọ́tẹ̀ fún ẹni visa. Ṣẹ̀rípa ayé Nàìjíríà ti ta, ó ti bàjẹ́. Àní value níta, àní value nínú ilé. Àwọn olóṣèlú náà sọ fún apáyé wa máa da. Nígbà wọn ló fẹ́ da? At what age? jẹ́ ká wake up ká mọ̀ tá ń ṣe o. Táwọn kan bá ń fi Yorùbá nation fi ṣeré, kò ń ṣe èmi ò fi ṣeré rárá. Èyí tó ń dùn mí burúkú lọ́kàn ni. Torí pé mo mọ àwọn kan tó ta ọjọ́ wà ní movement tọ́já. Mọ́níyàn wá sí Nàìjíríà ó ná 12 million naira, ó sọ fún mi pé Nàìjíríà ò gbádùn, ìwọ ṣẹ̀ ń sọ pé Nàìjíríà máa gbádùn. Ìwọ ní 12 million naira tó fẹ́ ná fún 2 weeks ni. 10 days ló wá lò nínú Nàìjíríà. Business class ló gbá wọlé. 10 days ló wá lò nínú Nàìjíríà. Presidential suite tó sùn tó fi jáde. The cheapest hotel tó sùn is over 300,000. Ìwọ nínú owó yẹn ni. Ó dẹ̀ sọ fún mi pé tá bá gba Yorùbá nation, òun máa kúrò l'Amẹ́ríkà, òun padà bọ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Òun máa fi gbogbo tó ń ṣe sílẹ̀ l'Amẹ́ríkà, ó ń padà bọ̀ láti wá serve àwọn èèyàn. Ìyẹn ni wọ́n wá ní ká slow down lé lórí. Ọmọ ẹ wà very careful, ẹ má jẹ́ kí ni máa bí wa o. Ẹ rò pé Yorùbá nation kan tá kọ̀ fi ń ṣe. Àwọn kan bá fi ń ṣeré lórí platform tí wọn kò ń ṣe lórí platform tèmi. Kò dẹ́ ṣe gbogbo ala ní la fi yẹ kí Yorùbá nation lọ. Ìyẹn pariwo Yorùbá nation kò mí pé yẹ kí Yorùbá nation lọ. Fact lẹ gbọ́ lẹ́nu mi o. Ẹ ká support bàbá Akíntóyè, ká support Ìgbòho. Tọ́ba náà ti yá ká tẹ̀lé wọn. Especially tọ́ba náà ti yá, ó ti yá náà ni. Ó lè as a cleaner, ẹ ṣáàrí àǹtí mi yẹn. Ẹ rò pé àǹtí yẹn ṣeré ni, àǹtí tó máa ń sọ ọbẹ̀ yẹn. Cleaner ni wọ́n ní London. Iṣẹ́ méjì ló ń ṣe. She is a cleaner. Àǹtí tẹ máa rí tó máa ń sọ ọbẹ̀ tó máa ń post yẹn. Kò ń ṣe pé wọ́n fi ń dẹnu. She is a cleaner. Cleaner ni wọ́n, but with dignity and respect. Kò lọ síbi iṣẹ́ kí ọ̀kan yọ kóòtì tó nù máa bá sùn nínú ibi tó ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ bó ṣe ń ṣe nínú Nàìjíríà òfòyìn yẹn. Disrespect gbogbo obìnrin nínú ilé iṣẹ́. Oko lọ máa ń yọ sí wọn àwọn olùṣọ́kùnrin, àwọn bomb bastard. Ṣé wọ́n tó jẹ́ cleaner ṣo lè sáré lọ sí Kenya, ṣo lè sáré lọ South Africa, ṣo lè sáré lọ Ghana gan? Tó bá fẹ́ lọ Benin Republic wá máa àwọn Fúlàní wà ní bọ́dà. Wọ́n máa bí ẹgbà where are you in Nigeria? Whereas àwọn terrorists wọlé wọ́n jáde. Ẹ mọ iye èèyàn tó fẹ́ relocate padà tí Yorùbá country bá ti dé ni. Wọ́n fi wá serve bàbá ìlú bàbá wọn voluntarily. Wọ́n need anything, wọ́n ní owó tí wọ́n. Ẹlòmíì máa ta property, a máa padà bọ̀ nílé. Bọ́wọ́ lè ṣe yẹn nísìnyí. Because the system is not just working. So jẹ́ ká kan tí bàbá Akíntóyè kàtọ̀ ká wá lọ gbọ́n tí ẹrù fàìsọ ká tó máa torí 3 hours gan ti fẹ́ pé àtẹ̀mú tẹ̀mọ̀ bá máa pé tó báyìí bọ̀ kí la fẹ́ ṣe sí. Tàbá ti gbẹ́nu sí ọ̀rọ̀ báyìí ó máa lọ ni. Therefore, the immediate task of our orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá will be to design a healthcare delivery system that will make working at home attractive to medical practitioners who are just graduating and making return home attractive to those who have fled abroad. Bí ọ̀rẹ́ mi yẹn, sister mi yẹn. Tí bá pè ní sìkò síkọ̀tà fẹ́ nínú Yorùbá nation. Because ẹ̀mí àwọn èèyàn ti yọ pé ní Nàìjíríà kò máa lọ sẹ́ kò sí kankan tó wà ní Nàìjíríà. And medical practitioner ni wọ́n. 6 figure ló ń gbà l'Amẹ́ríkà. Mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ fún àwọn tí wọ́n ní àyàn kan bẹ́ẹ̀. Àwọn kan wà táwọn wà interested sí tó kàn wọ́n pé wọ́n ń jayé wọn lọ. Wọ́n ra ilé ńláńlá sí Florida ní California. Ní kàn pẹ̀lú Yorùbá nation. So ká dúpẹ́ fún àwọn tó yẹ wọ́n ní believe in it. In Nigeria, medical practitioners have gone on strike many times. But the response of the rulers of Nigeria is to control them rather than to meet their demands. That is a major part of the reason for fleeing abroad. They complain that the hospitals no longer provide satisfactory working place, just like UCH, and that the government responses to their complaints are unresponsive and disrespectful. I'm sure pé Ṣèyí Mákindé máa gbọ́ pé wọ́n pariwo pé UCH ò gbádùn. What he needs to do is do an overhaul, complete shutdown of UCH and revive it. But Ṣèyí Mákindé ò ní time yẹn. Time yẹn náà ti limit nísìn. Òun náà dẹ̀ ti wá ambition. Ó náà bí a ṣe ń gbọ́, ó náà fi jẹ president in Nigeria. Kọ́nà jẹ́ kí Nigeria ṣe yẹ̀ sí ìdá lọ jẹ́ ní north. Most Nigerian hospitals do not deserve the name hospital. Bàbá Akíntóyè, bàbá yẹn brain ẹ̀ ti ṣiṣẹ́ jù. Ẹ̀gbọ́n tí bàbá yẹn sọ. Only most Nigerian hospitals do not deserve the name hospital, both in physical condition and in the service to patients. Jẹ́ parọ́. Wọ́n ní tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ lọ sí UCH nísìnyí, ó máa gbé generator dání. Kò síná for 6 months. How does she operate? Therefore, the most urgent task needed towards a rational and respectable healthcare system in our new country is to carefully review the existing hospital. In your hospital tó wà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́, the existing one from the Nigerian past, their physical condition and their medical workers. Àwa mọ̀ tá a fẹ́ ṣe sí. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nínú expert ní in your field. So kẹ́márò kò bóyá diaspora nìkan ló fi wá ṣiṣẹ́. You are an expert. Ìwọ ló ṣe Europe ò ṣe expert. Jẹ́ kí ọwọ́ bẹ̀ dáadáa kó rí technology. Ìwọ gan-an máa wọ pé ṣé pé mo good báyìí. Ibi tí mo kà dé ni mo wò ni. Therefore, the urgent must start towards the rational and expected cases and be careful. Okay, article workers' conditions. And 2, embark urgently on making improvement. Doing this credibility will convince our medical practitioners, those who are just graduating at home and those who are working abroad, that there are respectable places for them at home in the new country. Because okay, daddy tó náà ṣiṣẹ́ ní London for 20 years hospital. Expert kan ló jẹ́ yẹn. Ẹ wá expect kí bàbá yẹn máa bọ̀ ní Nàìjíríà. Ẹ máa bá iṣẹ́ owó ẹ̀jẹ̀ for the gbogbo iṣẹ́ tó ti ṣe ní London for 20 years. Because nígbà tó bá dé hospital tó kò síná kò sómi. Hospital dẹ̀ omi láti máa ṣe yànyànyànyànyàn ní because hygiene nígbà tí mo dé Gbàgádá hospital ní èmi àti sister mi kan ní 2018 tí mo wálé. Mo wá wonder pé kí ló ń rùn kí ló ti hospital yìí tó ń rùn báyìí. Wọ́n fọwọ́ kẹ́mi pé kí n ṣe sùúrù. Báwo lọ hospital ṣe ń rùn báyìí? The smell in the hospital. Èmi kan tí mo lọ tí mo normal tí bá máa fi jáde ọlọ́mọ yẹn kó ló ẹ̀kọ́ àìsàn. The smell was just too strong and horrible. Hospital òórùn gbòlà ni. A lọ wòyàn kan níbẹ̀ because àwọn máa ń ṣe àwọn charity kékeré kan. Nígbà wá jáde wọ́n ní àǹtí kí ló tó hospital yẹn tó ń rùn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Ṣé Nàìjíríà ni? Ẹ mọ̀ bí àtúrí abroad though hospital you expect certain wọ́n ṣe pé òórùn kan wà nínú hospital Gbàgádá hospital yẹn òórùn yẹn òórùn gbòlà. Bá ṣe wo staircase ẹ̀ báyìí gbogbo òórùn gbòlà àbíyàn ti kú sínú hospital tó gbé jáde ni. Àbíyàn ti kú sínú hospital tó gbé jáde ni. I don't know. So ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá tá a bá ń sọ pé a fi gba Yorùbá country, healthcare is one of the basic things that we always talk about. Then serious consideration will be given to private medical service. Private hospitals, clinic, doctors, office and pharmacies, etc. The objective will be to make the regulations and conditions of owning a private medical facilities attractive to our doctors to achieve all these purposes and goals. Timosoy, orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá will set up a body of doctors, professionals and experts to chart out best practice in the provision of healthcare, both public and services, that is public hospital and clinics, including building of new facilities, privately owned services, that is private hospitals, clinics, pharmacies, and medical laboratories, etc. The overall goal shall be that our new country shall quickly drop its horrible Nigerian past in the field of healthcare delivery and evolve structures, artistic qualities, employment conditions, and quality of service to patients, and empowerment of private practice that an ambitiously modernized and people-oriented country like ours desires and deserves. Finally, our healthcare system will provide free treatment in public health institutions for certain classes of citizens, the detail which shall be set out in our laws. The laws of Nigeria today does not approve your life to be taken care of when you are sick in the hospital. Ìyẹn ni wọ́n máa ń sọ pé I am in Nigeria. I am in Nigeria. Koiki, shut up. We are Nigerians. Oshisco. Nigeria called Nigeria ni. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fìyàn sílẹ̀ mo kí gbogbo yín wa mo ń rìkọ́ọ̀dì ni mo ṣe tí dárúkọ yín mo kí gbogbo yín bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wọlé lọ́tún lọ́sì. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sọ́dọ̀ Malam El-Rufai. Ta ló mọ ọdún pè ní Malam El-Rufai? Ó sọ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ kan tí mo kàn fi sáré mú nínú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ tó fi bá Tinubu sọ̀rọ̀ pé ṣòro kórí ẹ̀ pé Tinubu à ń wọ ẹ̀ràn ni tàbá dákẹ́ àmọ́ tá à ń ṣe o torí pé o ò lè rò pé ìwọ ló gbọ́n jù wọ́n ní ìwọ ni Jagaban èmi a máa sọ fún ẹ pé èmi gan ni Jagaban ilẹ̀ Haúsá tó ń pè ní Fúlàní ẹja gbọ́n tó sọ 4 hours ago ó ṣètò post eléyìí ni ó ní the plan ó ṣọwọ́ báyìí ó ṣọwọ́ kúdúrú ó ṣe jókòó ní picture tó post mo lè fi wọ̀nyí ẹ jẹ́ ká fi wọ̀nyí olórí burúkú ọmọ Fúlàní pump pasta ẹ wo bó ṣe dúró àwọn tó máa bá Tinubu fa ètò tán lẹ́lẹ́lẹ́ bọ̀ ẹ wo bó ṣe ṣẹ́rí bó ṣe jókòó ṣẹ́rí bó ṣe fọwọ́ lẹ́rọ́ El-Rufai ṣẹ́rí bó ṣe fọwọ́ lọ́rọ́ ó ní the plan but Allah is the best planner. Jagaban ọmọ divide Nigeria abẹ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run Tinubu divide this country a fẹ́ jẹ́ kí Fúlàní kó pa ẹ́ a dẹ̀ jẹ́ kí Fúlàní kó ṣe jàǹbá fún ẹ Ṣèyí Tinubu mo mọ̀ pé ní ambition ẹ fẹ́ transform Nigeria àbádádì ẹja àdẹ̀bá mọ́mí ẹja rẹ̀ ní Tinubu a nífẹ̀ẹ́ but in tó lè dá ìjálẹ̀ láàrin àwa méjèèjì ni pé kí bá díẹ̀ máa sọ fún wa pé ká ṣì wà nínú Nàìjíríà èèyàn ò ní possible sọ fún dádì ẹ̀ pé kó divide Nàìjíríà káwọn náà lè rí ẹ̀mí gúngùn lò nílẹ̀ Yorùbá but ẹ bá sọ fún wa pé kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ máa ṣe àwa la ní military àwa la ní this àwọn ò ní kankan ta fẹ́ ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ àdẹ̀ pèpà ní kankan ta fẹ́ ṣe akọ̀ǹbẹ̀yìn náà ni torí ẹ̀bẹ̀ la máa ń bẹ̀ òṣìkà but ní tó wà ń bẹ̀ ni pé ẹni fẹ́ kú tó pàdé ní tó fẹ́ pa òun lọ̀rọ̀ tó wà ń lẹ̀ ẹ má fi kú threaten any one of us àwọn àmú yín ni a máa jẹ kìnnìkan ẹgbẹ́ lọ́sẹ̀gbẹ́ kan ṣọ́sọ́ fẹ́ pé mi nìkan ni mò ń jà fún Yorùbá nation ẹ lè mú gbogbo ẹ̀dẹ̀dá gbogbo wa mú ni ẹ tí lè mú Ìgbòho tẹ kó lè mú gbogbo wa ẹ lè mú gbogbo wa kò possible so better ká má wojú ara wa sọ fún dádì ẹ a lè dúró fún dádì ẹ ṣe máa náà fẹ́ wọ 2027 torí El-Rufai nísìn ó ti fẹ́ pọn dádì ẹ báyìí a máa kà nísìn El-Rufai ti ń fa ẹpọn dádì Ṣèyí Tinubu lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí sàwọ́ ò lè gámbù yẹn torí àmọ́ tí Fúlàní fi ṣe báyìí àmọ́ ìgbésẹ̀ tó ń gbé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Tinubu kí Tinubu máa wá fi tiẹ̀ kó bá ilẹ̀ Yorùbá látara selfish interest ti yín ìtẹ̀bá fẹ́ jẹ contract ẹ̀ bá ní ẹ tètè èmi ẹ kó gbogbo ẹ̀ kò sí tó kàn wá Buhari ṣe jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ tó bá wù yín kẹ́ jí gbogbo Nàìjíríà problem ti yín nìyẹn ẹ ṣáà divide Nàìjíríà torí Buhari ọmọ Fúlàní bó ṣe ń ṣe lọ sí Niger ló ń ṣe lọ sí gbogbo ilẹ̀ àwọn Fúlàní so kíyàn kan máa sọ pé kí Ṣèyí Tinubu àti bàbá ẹ̀ kan máa ẹ gbogbo tó bá wù yín ní kẹ́ jí kẹ́ kó ẹ kó gbogbo ẹ̀ bọ́ ẹ divide Nigeria but ẹ bá wọn sọ fún apẹ́ ẹ̀rí divide Nigeria a máa wojú ara wa délẹ̀ ni èmi dẹ̀ sọ pé ta bá dé stage kan ẹ bá wa pa internet kí gbogbo ẹ̀ kó kúkú shut down kíyàn kankan má rí wa ká má ríra wa àti wà lórí M1 nìyẹn má lọ dira ikú pa bàbá ẹ lọ dira gidi lọ́rọ̀ tó ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn má jẹ́ kẹ́ni kankan fúlẹ̀ lọ dira gidi máa wò mí bí ẹran rí rẹ̀ sí má lọ dira ikú pa ẹ́ ẹjá gbọ́ bí El-Rufai tó ṣe ta sí Tinubu tó ń bọ̀ ó sọ̀rọ̀ tó ń ṣe kékeré sọ̀rọ̀ tó pọ̀ mo fẹ́ lọ mú wá ní ó ti post ẹ̀ ti pẹ́ ó wá ń fi Tinubu fi ń tayò lórí péjì ẹ̀ ó ń fi Tinubu ó fi ń ta kàlùkàlù El-Rufai ó ń fi Tinubu ó fi ń ta kàlùkàlù Eléyìí still on Nasir El-Rufai and Uba Sani. I have watched this video for the untenth time, and each time I do, something strike me. Keyword, character, honor, justice. Àní Fúlàní fi báyé Tinubu jẹ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ wo fídíò.
Not in FCT, but even with the
Ẹ jẹ́ àgbọ̀n tó lè sọ.
So that is why sometimes I'm not always excited when I have those analysis, because Malam Destiny, I kept telling you, is someone that had very complicated business.
Wọ́n pọ́n El-Rufai lé báyìí.
Everyone, but sometimes people.
El-Rufai ló post eléyìí lórí status ẹ lórí Twitter account ẹ.
Whenever I find myself addressing the public, I kept telling them, please, we have to understand that Malam is someone I've never seen him.
Wọ́n pọ́n lé.
Since I've met him.
Wọ́n pọ́n ọmọ Fúlàní lé. Àní láti gbọ́ gbogbo lórí burúkú ni wọ́n ọ̀rọ̀ wọn ta. Kọ́ má bọ́ ní data yín. Mo kàn fẹ́ kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ rí ojú ẹ̀. El-Rufai ló post eléyìí o. Àwọn tó ń pọ́n lé wọ́n ti fi ba ayé Tinubu jẹ́. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé irọ́ lẹ pa kẹ́ tó ba ayé Tinubu jẹ́ ayé tí yín àwa náà máa bàjẹ́ lórí social media. Àmọ́ Tinubu rí lóòótọ́ but ànígbà fún yín. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n lọ mú oríṣiríṣi ló ń post o. Tẹ́ bá lọ sórí page ẹ̀ oríṣiríṣi ló ń post bígbà tá a bá ní ẹmọ̀ tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ àtàkì èèyàn ó sọ̀kọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ gidi ni o bọ̀ yìí tó sọ gangan tí mo fẹ́ mú mo ì tí ì rí ìgbà ó sọ yẹn ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ gidi lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta ẹ̀ ń bọ̀ o ṣé èyí ló sọ yẹn èyí ló sọ ẹ jẹ́ n padà sókè again lórí burúkú ọmọ Fúlàní one bastard. Bom. Kọ̀mí ní láti wo page yẹn délẹ̀ dáadáa. Cause episode ni ó kọ́ rẹpẹtẹ báyìí ni mo rí nígbà tá a parí program tó láàárọ̀ yìí. Ok, àbáná lọ post ẹ̀ ṣe jẹ́ kí n padà lọ sí sálẹ̀ díẹ̀ sí i. Gbẹ́mi ni mo máa zoom pé ní lọ post ẹ̀ ni. Because he keep posting a lot. El-Rufai ìdánfẹ́ fojú Tinubu rí olólọ́lọ́ nǹkan rẹ̀. Ó fẹ́ dín pẹ̀lú Tinubu tán délẹ̀. Òkèlè la kà láàárọ̀. We did what we did for God, country and party, expecting nothing in return. Àti sọ̀yẹ́ láàárọ̀ ẹ̀. But there was something I saw about tó kọ rẹpẹtẹ. Kódà wọ́n ti lọ bá Raufu Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá. This was on the 8th. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso ó lọ bá Raufu Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá. This evening, I had the pleasure to visit former governor of Osun State and the former minister of Interior, Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Raufu Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá, at his residence in Lagos. So Raufu náà gbé ní Osun State mọ́. Ó bá àwọn bàbá ìtẹ̀ ẹ̀fọ́ ní. Bí àmì lẹ́nu pé mo mà rí El-Rufai kọ̀kẹ́. Mo bẹ̀ yẹ ká tó lọ wọ́ again. Àbọ̀n lélẹ̀. Ó kọ kíní yẹn. It's more like attacking Tinubu for this upcoming 2027 election. Ètò dálé lórí nìyẹn. But I'm surprised that I can't find it again. Mo dẹ̀ copy ẹ̀ bó wà lórí page ẹ̀ tí n bá rí nísìn àfi sílẹ̀ máa padà wá mú wá fún yín ẹ mọ̀ pé mi ò ní sọ̀rọ̀ kẹ́ má bà níbẹ̀. The Kaduna kidnapping team, I will reveal this next week inshallah, will either try implementing the Dambiki command, adopt whip, and then offer money. Olele mo ti rí tí mo wà lélẹ̀ 2027 ẹ farabalẹ̀ o ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ní ẹ mọ̀ nípa politics How many minutes? Money be 15 minutes. So let me not waste too much time. Southwest. Níbo ló ń pè ní Southwest? Yorùbá land ló ń pè ní Southwest àbí? Headline tó lò ní mo sọ yìí o. 2027 Southwest. Tinubu supporter playing with fire. Jagaban divide Nigeria. Ó rà pé ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tí mo sọ ẹ mọ̀ kí n máa fẹ́ repeat nǹkan kó lè bá gẹ́ lè bá gbọ́ dáadáa. El-Rufai sọ pé ní 2027 ẹ̀yin supporter Tinubu ẹ̀ ń finá ṣeré. Bó ṣe sọ Yorùbá lè ní bá yín túmọ̀ ẹ̀ ẹ̀dọ̀rọ̀ kí mi máa fàágùn. Ẹ̀yin náà máa sọ pé kó ṣọ́tọ̀ mo mọ̀ yìí náà ẹ̀yin ọmọ Jagaban gbẹ̀tàlẹ̀ El-Rufai àwa láwa lórí oyè. Okay. Tí bàbá yín bá ṣe tán ní 2031 ọlọ́mọ ẹ̀kọ́ ti Tinubu mọ́lé. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ ká mú Tinubu kọ́ tì mọ́lé nígbà tó máa fi ṣe tán ní 20. Àwọn lè ṣe èyí tí Tinubu ò lè ṣe fún Buhari àwọn máa ṣe fún Tinubu. Ẹja sáré kà ogun gan. I'll try if we can read. I'm not going to be able to translate to Yoruba. Number one, it is actually premature to be talking about 2027 election less than 2 years into our first tenure. But what is happening in the political arena is forcing me, Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, to speak to it. For as they say, a stitch in time saves 9. As an APC member, Nasir El-Rufai, I naturally would want my party to win re-election in 2027. However, as a realist, I have my concerns. I recall that during the 2019 party primaries, when I saw the way our party was handling the primaries, I wrote that if the party wasn't careful, it could go the way of the PDP, which lost power after 16 years. I predicted that if we didn't return to our promised progressive path and ideology, and instead stayed obsessed with just winning elections at any and all cost, just like the PDP, we could lose power at the federal level by 2031. When I wrote that, we were not faced with the current situation we are faced with. Indeed, I never imagined that we will be in the current situation anytime soon. Surely not under President Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. Note, I am not talking about the present economic situation and the likes. I am talking about the current and increasing gaga, whatever that means, I don't know, in our party and among the APC members and supporters of that administration. Incidentally, many Nigerians have a short memory. Permit me to juggle the memories of some short memorized memoria and uninitiated political neophytes. Many will recall that as we approach the 2023 presidential election, with the conduct of some individuals, I desperately caution that we should be careful and not play with the North. Again, mo fẹ́ ká dìbẹ̀ yẹn mú. Ó remind Tinubu pé má rò pé bóyá ó ti go scot-free. The North still remains in our control. Ibi tá a bá fẹ́ darí wọn sí la máa darí wọn sí. Ó lè mú gbogbo numbers because British ti rig election ní 1959. So ní numbers according to báwọn ṣe sọ fún wa. So bí Tinubu bá rò pé àwọn Northerners máa dìbò fóun, àwọn Igbo dẹ̀ ní dìbò fún Tinubu. Torí pé ọ̀rọ̀ Igbo àti Nàìjíríà ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ́ fire by fire ni. So Tinubu máa struggle according to bí El-Rufai ṣe sọ. Mo kàn ṣe analysis lé lórí ni and I haven't got much time because program yóò gbọ́dọ̀ ju 3 hours lọ. Somehow common sense prevailed and we succeeded unarguable and undeniable with the qualifiable help of the North. Only North ló support Tinubu tí Tinubu fi di president. Ṣẹ́rí ọmọ Yorùbá tá a bá dúró de gbogbo jágbàjàgbà táwọn eléyìí sọ ẹ̀ ọlọ́run máa kí wọ́n kó gbogbo amọ́nu rẹ̀. Lóòótọ́ Tinubu ló wà in office ó lè rig election but tí North ò bá fún ní support to need wọ́n máa dá àgbo ẹ̀mí ó máa difficult fún láti rig election yẹn. Ìyẹn ni gbogbo olè tí Àtíkù àti Ọbásanjọ́ tó ń gbé ìgbésẹ̀ tí gbogbo wọ́n fẹ́ gbé àwọn Yorùbá kan mọ́ra. Ẹ̀rí pé wọ́n náà ti lọ bá bàbá Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá àti Tinubu ò agree wọ́n ti kàn ìṣera wọn. Ọbásanjọ́ kò agree pẹ̀lú Tinubu èmi mọ̀ reason tí Tinubu ò tí tí Ọbásanjọ́ mọ́lé ó yẹ kó ti ṣamẹ́wọ̀n. Ìyẹn lọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Fáyẹmí intelligent tó dọ́dọ̀ mi ni pé Fáyẹmí ló máa gbé jáde. I don't know how true that is. Wọ́n ti ń prep Fáyẹmí sílẹ̀ against Tinubu. Ṣe rí pé wọ́n wá fi àwa sí àárín méjì. Mo sọ fún pé wọ́n fi wá ta kàlòkàlò àwọn olórí burúkú politician. Wọ́n fi gbogbo wa ta kàlòkàlò. Ìyẹn làwọn wá fi ń ṣeré. Tó bá ti lo aago pé ká jáde ẹ má jà ká jáde ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sí ẹ̀sìn. Ẹ wá gbàgbé ẹ fún wa ní náírà ẹ fún wa ní dọ́là ẹ fún wa ní pounds ẹ lè máa fi àdúrà ràn wá lọ́wọ́ ní gbogbo ìgbà. Ó ní the help of the North, the record of the election result proves so. Ṣẹ̀gbọ́n kan tó sọ mẹ́yẹn pé tí kò bá ń ṣe àwọn táwọn gbé wọ wọlé ta ló mọ̀ wọ́n ní North wọ́n sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún Tinubu. Tinubu ò lè ṣe bí MK Abiola ṣe ṣe. MK Abiola was able to infiltrate them. Tinubu try ó gbowó lọ síbẹ̀ nígbà tó jà jóná ó ládìí wọn ó ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ just so that he can become the president. Wọ́n wá ń ran létí nísìnyí pé ó wọlé ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fọ́ gbogbo alẹ́ pọ̀n ìtajọ sọkọ́ ló ń ṣe ṣàríà tá náà máa gbé wọlé àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ ti takú wọn náà wọ́n fẹ́ ṣàríà àbí gbogbo tí ó yẹ kó ṣe fún wa ṣe ló ń díjú. A mọ̀ pé ò ṣí àkáǹtì Ìgbòho òun gbójú kúrò lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kọ́ rẹ̀ tí rí kankan. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jáde sí títì káwá wo tó fi ṣẹlẹ̀. Ìyẹn la ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ proof fún gbogbo wọn àti Tinubu pé ọmọ kọlẹ̀ Yorùbá làwa àwa lá nílẹ̀. El-Rufai kọ́ ló nílẹ̀ wa ó ní right láti ṣe gbogbo tó bá fẹ́ ṣe ní North but lórí ilẹ̀ tiwa àwa la ní ní tó bá gbà ní ká fún. Ẹ dìde tán délẹ̀ torí àwọn eléyìí àdúrà tó ń gbà ní pé kí Tinubu ṣe ìjọba ẹ̀ tán tó bá rí ṣe délẹ̀ kódà bá ṣe ń gbọ́gbọ́n sef wọ́n prepare pé kó impeach Tinubu. Ẹ má ká joke pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation níbi tá a dé nísìn. Less than 2 years into the tenure, we are witnessing to how the relationship between the North and President Tinubu, or rather his administration, is quickly deteriorating. Òyìnbó ńlá máa sọ mí nínú ẹ̀ fún yín. Driven by words, ọ̀rọ̀, and conduct of, unfortunately, many from the president's geopolitical zone and the tribe. Truth to be told, ìtàn sọ fún Tinubu pé ṣọmọ ọdún méjì tó wọlé gbogbo àdéhùn tájọ sign gbogbo bí tó yẹ ká gbà gbogbo tó yẹ ká ṣe ló kàn ń ṣe bígbà tẹ́ pé ìwọ ló gbé rẹ̀ débẹ̀. Ó ti gbàgbé pé àwa not ta ni numbers àwa la ràn ẹ́ lọ́wọ́ tó fi di president tí wàá rántí pé wàá pé padà wá bí wàá tún fi wá bẹ̀ wá. Abájọ tí Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀ lọ sọ́dọ̀ Buhari mẹ́wàá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ Yorùbá. Kábíyèsí gbéra láti Ilé Ifẹ̀ ọwọ́ plane ọjà wọn lẹ̀ ọwọ́ lọ bẹ̀ Buhari pé Buhari má ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣé mọ̀ pọ́nmọ́ tiwa náà support wọ nígbà táwọn Yorùbá tẹ̀ takò ó dúró lóòótọ́ ó ní o ṣe lálàkejì yé wọlé o ṣe lẹ́lẹ́kejì ó lulẹ̀ ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta olulẹ̀, ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹrin lòun á pẹ́ mọ́ra, má fi ṣèbínú, Tinubu ò mọ̀rọ̀ sọ, kò bá má sọ bẹ́ẹ̀, gbogbo tí kábíyèsí lọ sọ fún, èmi ń sọ yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀ èmi mọ́ tó sọ, èmi ò mọ̀ tí kábíyèsí gbéra lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ Buhari, election yìí náà ṣáà ni Tinubu wá ń gbé orí adé, wọ́n gbé orí adé dìde ní Ilé Ifẹ̀, wọ́n gbé lọ sí Katsina kó lọ bẹ Buhari. Ṣẹ́rí pé El-Rufai ti tú àṣírí báyìí pé Tinubu Jagaban 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 ó mọ bá ṣe gbé débẹ̀ náà, ìwọ ló gbé débẹ̀ ṣé Lagos State ló gbé débẹ̀, ìwọ tó loses Peter Obi kan ó nù ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ ní Lagos State nínú local government Tinubu kò rí kankan mú. Peter Obi, àwọn ọmọ Peter Obi, àwọn ọmọ Igbo tó tẹ̀ fi gbalẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀, àwọn yẹn lù mọ́lẹ̀, wọ́n lù mọ́lẹ̀, Ọlọ́run ló ní káwọn MC Olúọmọ káwọn yẹn strong dáadáa àwọn MC Olúọmọ ya dá gbogbo ẹ̀rù, àwọn tó gbọ́n ẹ jẹ́ kó kó bá wọn, wọ́n ya mú gbogbo ballot box, wọ́n finá sí wèrè, wọ́n jí tó máa já dànù tó, àwọn òyìnbó gan tó jẹ́ observer tó wá wọ́ ọ̀kadà lọ́ní mi fi sá kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀. ẹ wo bílẹ̀ Yorùbá ṣe rí, ẹ̀rí pé Tinubu ó fẹ́ fi tiẹ̀ kó bá wà báyìí nísìn. ṣẹ̀rí reason tá a ṣe lè sọ pé a lè gamble pé ká tún ní abẹ́dúró pé kí Tinubu lọ ṣe contest fún 2027 because El-Rufai ṣe release, ó yẹ kí n tẹ̀ lọ copy kí email ara mi ó lè wà lọ́wọ́ mi as a record, máa ṣe ní sì ti bá parí program. Ẹ̀rí ibi tí wọ́n fi gbà wọlé mú Tinubu, wọ́n ti sọ fún korojú ṣé tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n ń pẹ̀pẹ́ kí ló ń kí El-Rufai láyà, kí lẹ́yìn rò kò ń kí láyà, no kí lẹ́yìn rò kò ń kí El-Rufai láyà, in tó ń kí láyà ni pé àwọn làwọn ní control north, ọwọ́ àwọn ló wà, kò sí lọ́wọ́ Tinubu. Bó bá àwọn Tinubu kó pọ́ǹpù trillion of naira síbẹ̀, ọwọ́ àwọn Fúlàní ló wà. Àwọn ọ̀dẹ̀ gbọ́n kankan góòlù ọgbọ́ ibi tó bá ní kọ́ darí sí lọ́n darí sí. Ṣé tí wọ́n rántí pé El-Rufai ló lọ fún àwọn tẹ́rọ́rìstì wọlé. Ọlọ́run kí lágbówé ó kù 5 minutes. Only less than 2 years into the tenure, we are witnessing how the relationship àjọṣepọ̀ North àti President Bola Tinubu ó ní ó ti wọ omi, kò sí ọ̀rẹ́ láàrin àwọn méjèèjì mọ́. Ó ní because Tinubu ti gbé àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tí kò jẹ́ kó gbé. Èmi ò dẹ̀ mọ̀ ìgbésẹ̀ tí Tinubu gbé, àkáǹtì olóyè wọ́ọ̀ṣí, olóyè kò lè wálé, ẹ̀yìn odi ló wà. So bí a kò ṣe area yẹn ni, bí a area míì, bí a Tinubu àwọn ibi tó wó wà, ó kàn tighten ẹ̀, kò jẹ́ kówó jáde, àwọn northerners owó, Kàdóso, àwọn orí àwọn yẹn pé wọ́n ti block everywhere, Wálé Ẹdún ti block everywhere. Bóyá àwọn málà tó ń ṣẹ́ dọ́là, because mo gbọ́ nísìn, I don't know, but ibi tí mo ti gbọ́, ó mú confirm wa, wọ́n ní o lè wọnú báńkì nísìn kó ra up to $25, no, $25,000, to up to $25,000 worth. O lè wọnú bank ní Nàìjíríà lénìí kó ra dollar up to $25,000. Ṣé mọ̀ pé tẹ́lẹ̀ o gbọ́dọ̀ dé tẹ́jú oṣó, o gbọ́dọ̀ débi táwọn málà wà ní Sábó kó lọ ṣẹ́ owó. Gbogbo yẹn àwọn El-Rufai bí àwọ̀ láìkẹ̀. Wọ́n ní bìkan tó bá wọnú báńkì lénìí ní Nàìjíríà wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ ta dọ́là fún. Tinubu mọ̀ pé dọ́là tó wà lọ́wọ́ yín yẹn òun á bá jẹ́ mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ dá padà sínú kọ́fà bank, àwọn bureau de change. So àwọn mọ́lá ò láìkẹ̀. Bureau de change lọ fi ń rán ní terrorism. Ẹmọ̀ pàwọ̀ diaspora là ń kówó wá aṣẹ́wó, àwọn tọ́ba tẹ́mọ̀ pé tí terrorist bá jí wa gbé, ọwọ́ gba náírà lọ́wọ́ wa, wá lọ fi ṣẹ́ dọ́là, wá kó jáde, wá kó lọ sí Niger, wá kó lọ sí gbogbo ibi tó ń kó lọ. Ṣẹ̀rántí ẹ ti a máa ń gbàgbé nǹkan ni, ṣẹ̀rántí pé Dubai mú wọn, àwọn tó ń fọ́ǹdì terrorism, because àwọn máa gba dọ́là padà ni. All these people are Boko Haram sympathizers. Ẹ jẹ́ ká move forward torí àsìkò àní time púpọ̀ mọ́. Ó ní I have read and heard the arrogant posturing and braggadocio. Ayọ̀fà ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Ẹ̀rọ àwọn Yorùbá máa ń bragado gan, ẹnu wa dùn. Ó ní, I have read the arrogant posturing and bragado by some people who I refer to as political rabble-rousers. But I get more worried each day as it keeps looking more and more like a movie we had seen before. Wọ́n ní àwọn náà ti fẹ́ squeeze ẹ̀pọ̀n Tinubu báyìí. Ṣèyí Tinubu má sọ fún dádì ẹ̀ pé kó bírèkì Nàìjíríà kẹ́jí tẹ máa jí nísìnyí kẹ́ tètè padà wálé. May I remind some persons that more than the performances or lack thereof of President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan administration, it was his attitude. Ẹgbọ́n bíbá, ó rán àròkò padà sí wa. Pé Jonathan tó dán wò, ó dán tán, àwọn sọ fún pé ilẹ̀ Haúsá ló ní numbers ní Nàìjíríà. A lè máa agree, British ló ṣe yẹn. Àwọn lọ rí the censor fún wọn. Ó wá ní the attitude and that of people around him towards the north that ultimately brought him to die. By the extension, the PDP that have boasted that it will rule Nigeria for 60 years. Bó ìwọ tó ń sọ pé jagaba yagaba wọ́n lè ṣe kankan ọmọ wọ́n ti ń kọrin fún yín lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí ti sọ fún yín pé bàbá yóò lè wọlé o ní 2027 pé because ìgbésẹ̀ tó ń gbé ó ti affect àwọn. Nígbà mo ká kíní ìtàn délẹ̀ nígbà tí mo fi parí program mo kàn ká díẹ̀ ní orí mo El-Rufai ti padà sọ̀rọ̀. Ìtí kò wáyé mi ni pé kí ni kábíyèsí wa lọ fi El-Rufai joyè fún, ìyẹn ni kò tí ì yé mi. Mo ti understand game tó fẹ́ jáde níbẹ̀ yẹn because bí a Tinubu ló ní kó fi joyè ní o láti fi dè lọ́kàn ní o, I don't know. In the lead up to the 2015 presidential election, in spite of the popularity of General Muhammadu Buhari retired and the gathering of political heavyweight under the umbrella of the newly formed APC, one key factor that led to the former President Jonathan and PDP losing that election was underestimating the North and disrespect and insult directed towards the North. Gbogbo ìbúta tẹ̀ ti bú sọ́tàdọ̀ Ṣókótó ó tó kọ́ gbá Tinubu sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́. Ṣe rí pé 2025 yìí no gree for anybody ọdún tó dùn mí tàbámọ̀ táwa ṣe o. Ṣé ká kà tán? Ó ti yé wa bí náà ní láti kà tán náà, ṣé ká túbọ̀ ká bẹ́ẹ̀ sí? Àbí kí sọ́ di yọ̀ mí again. Mo ní mi ni last man standing yìí máa yọ ẹ̀mí Nàìjíríà kúrò lára ẹ̀. Èmi máa ṣe analysis yẹn wàá máa wò pé kí Nàìjíríà náà ni bọ̀bọ̀ yìí sọ báyìí. Àwa wá fẹ́ jókòó pé kí North kọ́ hàn sí ti Tinubu kí gbogbo àdẹ̀ṣù wà nù Nàìjíríà. Wàhálà dé nìyẹn. Ṣe rí pé ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ó bu sósíyàn lẹ́nu ó fi yọ̀ sí èwo ló máa tún dànù lọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fi lẹ́bẹ̀ẹ́ for today. El-Rufai ti sọ̀rọ̀. Wọ́n rán níṣẹ́ ni o. Àwọn àgbààgbà wọn lọ ní kó lọ sọ̀rọ̀ nísìn. Bí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá yẹn máa ń rò pé àwọn làwọn pọ́n. Àwa làwa ní numbers nínú Nàìjíríà. Lóòótọ́ yìí lẹ gbọ́n but àwa la ní Nàìjíríà. Nigeria belongs to the North. Usman Dafodio ó náà máa dìpù Quran sáàárín omi wa ní Atlantic wa. Sẹ̀yìn tẹ máa ń sọ pé ok ìyàn kan ní àṣírí mọ̀ ẹ fẹ́ ká lọ àbí ẹ̀ ń gbádùn ẹ̀ bóyá mo ṣe ń gbádùn sìgá ṣe ti sanwó fún mi ṣá mo ń ṣeré ni o. Ẹ jẹ́ gbé bẹ̀rẹ̀ látẹ̀kẹ̀ padà again. In the lead to the 2015 presidential election, in spite of the popularity of General Muhammadu Buhari retired and the gathering of the political heavyweight under the umbrella of the newly formed APC, one key factor that led to former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan and the PDP losing that election was underestimating the North and disrespect rather, and insult direct towards the North, notably led by the then First Lady, ìyàwó Jonathan, Patient, bring back our guests, Eleleya, as situated by elements of the South-South geopolitical zone, and particularly its Ijaw kinsmen, many of them with little or no political weight, and many of whom who were living full-time in Nikon and Sheraton hotels. And in Nigeria, cruise country ní Nigeria, ó ní nígbà yẹn àwọn ọmọ ìjọ hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì ń sùn mọ́jú lójoojúmọ́ for bí many years Jonathan fi wà lórí oyè. Ó ní wọ́n sùn ní Sheraton àti Nikon, wọ́n mọ̀ báwọn àwọn northerners àwọn làwọn ní Nigeria, àwọn làwọn ní numbers. Ó wá gba Jonathan lọ with newly founded free money. Ẹ̀rẹ̀ rántí nígbà yẹn pé free money ó ṣòfò nígbà Jonathan olórí burúkú. Funny enough, many of these individuals contributed little or nothing to Jonathan's victory in 2011. Ó tún mú wọn bá lọ sí memory lane. Nigeria, ó fẹ́ dà wò. Èmi wà fáwọn Tinubu náà ń prepare. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kí ìjà ogun kọ́ lọ fi ogun tí wọ́n kọ́ fi kó bá wa. Ẹ máa káwọn tètè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pariwo síta pé divide Nigeria kọ́ máa lọ fi wá sáàrin méjì torí àmọ́ plan Tinubu náà báyìí. Torí òun náà strategic person lòun náà. Indeed, many of them forgot that it was the agitation by groups like Save Nigeria Group, SNG, spearheaded by the likes of Pastor Tunde Bakari, Malam Nasiru El-Rufai, Yinka Odumaki tó ti kú, òun náà kọ síbẹ̀ RIP, èmi rí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Yinka Odumaki gbogbo tó sọ pé la máa sọ lórí social media. Kọ́lọ̀ fọ́run kẹ́ bàbá yẹn. Mo pàdé wọn ní ọ̀dọ̀ Afẹ́nifẹ́re bàbá Ayọ̀bá Adébánjọ, olóyè kò ní bàjẹ́ fún ẹ láíláí, èèyàn nìyẹn forever. Mo níbi tó bá lọ ní máa tẹ̀lé ẹ lọ, tó bá ló ti yá mo tẹ̀lé ẹ dé bẹ́ẹ̀. Èèyàn ní olóyè gbogbo, kọ́lọ̀ bá fọ̀run kẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n wa Yínká Odùmákin. Mo suspect pọ́pá ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn ni, tó láwọn ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan tẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn sọ, ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn tó dáadáa. El-Rufai náà kó tẹ̀lé sí pé and the likes of Pastor Tunde Bakari tó sọ fún wa pé òun rí Buhari, Ọlọ́run fi wọ́n òun gàgà Buhari tó ń wa mọ́tò tó ní gearbox tó ní steering tó ní wheel lòun wọ́n dà pé báwo ló ṣe ń drive mọ́tò yìí. Ẹ wá obi tí Buhari end ayé wa sí for 8 years. Security zero. Ẹ má bínú pé mo lè máa dárúkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wọlé torí à ń recording tá à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ wọn á kí gbogbo wa ká tó lọ. Security zero, education zero. Ìgbà Buhari ni wọ́n pa Mr. Gbenga Owólabí, tí Rachel Ọ̀pádélé tí kò lè lọ sí school tó lọ wáṣẹ́ tó lọ ṣiṣẹ́ lóòtẹ́ẹ̀lì, tẹ́gbọ́n yẹn dé láti Maryland tí Fúlàní gbé tọ́pa tọ́nà àwọn family ẹ̀ ló compromise. And the code that eventually led to the Vice President Goodluck Jonathan becoming the acting president in the first place following the incapacitation of the President Shehu Yaradua. Ṣé rí pé El-Rufai rán gbogbo alétí àwọn ọmọ history àbí? Ṣé nígbàtí Shehu Yaradua yẹn ti kú sórí bed, ó ti kú wèrè, ó ti kú dànù sí Germany, wọ́n ti disconnected, ìyàwó òfin jẹ́ ká mọ̀ kó ti kú. Òun á ní àwọn làwọn spearhead the Save Nigeria Group. Nísìn Save Nigeria, Divide Nigeria Group ló wà ń ta nísìn. So ẹ má ká fi ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ṣeré. Ọ̀rọ̀ tí El-Rufai sọ yìí, ẹ jẹ́ ká wo báwọn èèyàn ṣe respond. Ó wá ní 20 kò tẹ̀ tí kọ́tàn. Ó ní ó tẹ̀ pọ̀. Number 2, driven by ego and the arrogancy of power, this South-South and the PDP element increasingly and I dare add naively went against the North, where the PDP still had considerable influence and support them, in the most condescending manner, and in so doing gradually lost the support of the North to the advantage of Buhari and the APC coalition. The rest, as they say, is history. Today, as I look at the rambunctiousness, òyìnbó ti pọ̀ jù, of some APC members and the fellow supporters of President Bola Tinubu, especially from the southwest, àwa Yorùbá, ẹ ti kàwé jù, ẹ̀yin lẹ gbọ́n jù, ẹ̀yin lẹ mọ bó ṣe ń tètò, wọ́n náà wọn làwọn ní numbers o, nọ́ọ̀tì náà wọn làwọn ní numbers, bó bá wọn ìkẹ́ sọ pé àwọn kọ́ lọ́ ní numbers, àwọn lọ́ ní numbers according to bó ṣe sọ nínú census tí British fi rí gẹ̀ fún wọn. Today, as I look at the rambunctiousness of some APC members and the fellow supporters of President Bola Tinubu, especially ẹ̀yin Yorùbá Southwest geopolitical zone, I wonder if people have any sense of history. Ó tún sọ̀kọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ sí wa, ẹ̀wọ̀ ọmọ Málà, ọmọ Fúlàní, ẹrùfà ló sọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Ó ṣe post lé lórí X ẹ mọ̀ pé yóò kàdé bẹ́ẹ̀ èmi lọ́ba yín mo wá ní mo ní mi ní international journalist yín ẹ ṣàbà lórí platform bíbá kẹmọ tó ń lọ torí ẹ máa wà distracted láwọn platform míì torí eléyìí òun lẹ́yìn kí gbogbo amú ọ̀rọ̀ sọ nísìnyí pé ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá tá à ń sọ fún pé ká máa lọ ó yẹ kí gbogbo ọmọ tó ń ṣe Yorùbá nation eléyìí ká máa fi ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ fáwọn èèyàn wa nísìnyí pé ṣé kò tán wa báyìí nísìnyí kò ń ṣàwá tá à ń ṣe Yorùbá nation o fáwọn tó ń believe pé àwọn làwọn ọmọ politics play ẹ máa play politics pẹ̀lú north káwọ́ bí tó fi darí ẹ̀sìn àwọn tó yẹ pé wá sowọ́ papọ̀ wá defeat Tinubu wá gbà díẹ̀ dànù wá jẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ̀gún tó bá careful lọ́rọ̀ tó ń bọ̀ lẹ̀ El-Rufai tó lè lọ́jọ́ in PDP bó ṣe wà yẹn gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní APC wọ́n lè lọ darapọ̀ mọ́ PDP láti unseat Tinubu bó ṣe wà yẹn or set up another political party wèrè ni wọ́n àwọn ògbádùn politician ògbádùn wèrè ni wọ́n ìyẹn làwọn wá fi ń tayò àdẹ́sọ pé ká break away from Nigeria ká divide Nigeria ẹ̀ sọ fún wa pé kí Tinubu kọ́kọ́ lọ ná kó lọ ẹlòmíà ní tí Tinubu bá ṣe second term gbogbo tẹ́ǹfẹ́ yẹn ló máa ṣe àwọn eléyìí ní kò ní ṣe second term. abájọ láti mo lọ rí bàbá ní ẹ̀tọ́ àwọn náà tó ní jẹ́ kí Tinubu ṣe second term ọ̀n fẹ́ jẹ́ kó ṣe second term. abájọ mo kí yín bàbá kí tó yẹ bàbá yẹn ní brain kọ́nà bá wà pẹ̀lú wọn. I read some people say that President Tinubu is not the former President Jonathan. Ẹgbọ́n bíbá nísìn. El-Rufai bàbá wèrè ni. Ẹgbọ́n tó sọ bíbá. Ó ní, ó kọ́kọ́ tó sọ pé ẹjẹ́ kábẹ̀. Ó ní, I wonder if Yoruba people have any sense of history and if truly understand Nigerian politics. El-Rufai ló ní kí sọ fún àwọn Yorùbá bẹ́ẹ̀. Kò ń ṣàwátà believe in Yorùbá nation. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ṣe ń believe pé Jagaban ó wá ní Jagaban yín kẹ súnmọ́ bíbá ìkẹ gbọ́rọ̀ Jagaban kọ́ Jogobo ní ta ní Jagaban tó bá sí north Jagaban láàrin Èkó nìyẹn kò ń ṣe láàrin ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn northerners ibi tó bá ní kọ́ tẹ̀ka sí ló ń tẹ̀ka sí. ó ní I read some Yoruba people say that President Tinubu is not former President Jonathan, that Jagaban is a political juggernaut spelled Juggernaut and a master strategy with etc. All that I totally agree with, no question whatsoever. However, politics is not a one champion show. Could it da fún politicians? While Goodluck Jonathan lacked equivalent political gravitas and sophistication, with all due respect to him, as backed Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he had the then formidable PDP bemold, which could have actually seen him through, but for the grievous political mistake of messing with the North. Love or loathe the fact, the North remains the kingmaker in Nigeria politics. Ṣé kò tán yín? The North that bring terrorists into Nigeria just to grab power. Who is Tinubu? Brother mi ló ń sọ yẹn. Ṣé kò tán wa báyìí? Kò ń ṣàwa Yorùbá nation ojú ìmọ̀ ẹ̀ lẹ́ máa lọ sínú gúrù lẹ́ máa ní Koiki ń bú wa o. Àwọn tó ń support Tinubu là ń sọ fún ọ. Ṣé kò tán yín báyìí? Ṣé kí n kabẹ̀ yẹn padà kó lè yé wa? Ó ní ẹ like àwọn like àwọn the fact òtítọ́ ni pé àwọn northerners àwọn remained the kingmaker in Nigeria politics, not your Tinubu Jagaban of Lagos State. Ṣé kò wá tán gbogbo wa báyìí? Ṣẹ̀rí ibi tí Tinubu ó fi báyé wa jẹ́ báyìí. Torí pé ẹni ariwo Koiki ṣì wá pọ̀ báyìí, wàhálà tí ẹ ṣì wá pọ̀, kò tán wa báyìí nísìnyí ẹgbọ́n kan tí El-Rufai sọ. Tí ó yẹ kí El-Rufai máa bára sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá yẹ pé Tinubu gbọ́ sí wa lẹ́nu. Bó ṣe wọlé kó divide Nigeria, wọ́n bí El-Rufai dá kó sọ anything. Ó ń play politics, ó ń fi wá tayò, ó ń fi wá play ludo. Wọ́n ní Tinubu òun náà confirm pé strategy ni. Ó ní but tẹ bá ń pariwo tẹ́ ń pariwo wọ ẹ̀yin Yorùbá kẹ́kẹ́kẹ́kẹ́kẹ́ ní lọ shut up. Ó ní ilẹ̀ Haúsá tó ń pè nílẹ̀ Fúlàní torí Haúsá ò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ nísìn. The North remain the kingmaker in Nigerian politics, at least as of today. Any politician or political party that plays with that reality might pay a steep political price for it. People who ignore history are bound to fall victim and to repeat mistakes of the past. I just want to proud our political senses. In case some of us are forgotten in the Eurofield of tribal and joke, divide Nigeria now. No more Nigeria. Kò sí any remedy. Divide it now because Allah cannot máa sọ fún wa pé àwọn ni kingmaker. I hope better sense will prevail, and soon it is whom you love that you chastise. In all, I continue to wish Bola Tinubu and my party, the APC, well. With almost exactly 2 years to the month to 2027 general election, let's focus and continue to deliver the promised dividends of democracy to Nigeria. Hashtag God bless Nigeria. Àwọn kan náà ti kọ́pì ẹ̀. Wọ́n náà kókò tẹ̀ ṣe El-Rufai ló kọ́. Uche Daila ni mo rí nísàlẹ̀. El-Rufai lè sanwó fún gbogbo bá ń kọ́. Eléyìí ni without the middle belt, the north is minority in this country. Ọ̀dẹ̀ àwọn olóyìnbó. Èèyàn kan ní no light in UCH some minutes ago. Kò ever síná níbẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ in the last 6 months. May I make it very clear that the North have developed a high degree of arrogancy as self-acclaimed kingmakers and the installers of president with or without a transparent political ideology and ṣé gbogbo ilé làwọn máa wá jókòó tì? I had my second baby last week. Àwọn tó mọ̀ nípa UCH lélẹ́yìí wọ́n náà bímọ ní last week o, Ọlọ́run bá àwọn ọmọ yín o, wọ́n ní àwọn ọ̀rí náà àwa ọmọ bó ṣe bímọ yẹn tí kò sí ní hospital. Anyway, I gotta go now because we have really surpassed our 3 hours, and I hope I've been able to put together in 3 hours all these discussion all together. This is Koikimedia bringing the work closer to your doorstep. 11th February 2025. Mo gbé recording mi tún jáde. Èyí tí mo record ní àná kò jáde rárá àmọ́ tó fà. So let's hope this one comes out great. If not, gbogbo 2 hours tí mo fi record yẹn ó ti wọ mi ní. Mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí wọ́n ní last week Wednesday Ọlọ́run bá wọ ọmọ náà wọn náà bímọ ní UCH pé kò sí náà níbẹ̀. Mo kí Sheikh Abdulrahim, mo kí yan bàbá, mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Mo kí ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa ní gbogbo ibikíbi tí ẹ ti ń gbọ́ ohùn mi láti bí wákàtí 3 nísìnyí. Kò yí sí fẹ́yìn tẹ́ ń gbọ́, kò yí sí fáwọn táwọn sọ náà kọ́lọ̀ jẹ́ kó rọrùn fún gbogbo wa. Ẹ máa gbàgbé lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí donate kẹ́ fi support wa. Ẹ jẹ́ fún yín ní account number yẹn at least ẹ ṣàlẹ̀ ní try tó látàárọ̀. Ẹ bá fi náírà síbẹ̀, ẹ bá fi pound síbẹ̀ kárí owó lò. Especially I have close to 25 plus some extra team that we have pulled out from Africa. Tó ń bọ̀ nílé fún event tó ń bọ̀. So a máa fi hotel nísìn tí mo ní kó lọ check about 192,000 ló máa cost mi láti fi àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ sí àwọn hotel. So ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ ràn mí lọ́wọ́ kó lè convenient fèmí náà so that ká lè tètè rí gbogbo kíní ìṣe, ká lè tètè sanwó àti raṣọ you know, and the basic things tó ṣì kù. A ṣì need mọ́tò fẹ́ tó bá lè ní mọ́tò tá lè lò fún burial. So account number yẹn ni First Bank 30 96 80 88 48. ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ní opay náà lọ́wọ́ ó ń ṣiṣẹ́, tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé PayPal musakalam1@yahoo.com. ẹ máa rántí pé when you donate to good journalism you will get the best out of it. Àwọn òṣèré lórí platform yìí and they should be blogger. We are here to remind ourselves that we are all in danger. Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè agbéwádélé lérí àní ṣe lásán. Gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń sapá pé kí Yorùbá kó má dá dúró, ẹ sáré lọ́tùn, ẹ fẹ́ bà ìrìn àjò yìí jẹ́, ẹ ṣáà ń wá ọ̀nà pé mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Fatai Ògúnríbidó dáadáa, mo kí Yorùbá World Media, ẹ ṣáà ń gbìyànjú lọ́tùn lósì pé kí gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ ṣáà dàrú. Mo kí gbogbo èyí tí ẹ ń gbọ́ wa lọ́tùn lósì. Ẹ má ìkẹ́ni kankan distract yìí. We are on the right track. We are on the right track. And we will get there. And we will achieve our Yoruba country. Mo kí Bishop Adesina ẹ̀kọ́ àdúrótì ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Mo kí gbogbo ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà. Mo kí Deputy Ẹ̀mọ̀lá. Mo kí Ajagun. Mo kí Kọmíṣọlá. Mo kí bàbá wa Olóyè Ọmọdéyẹmọ. Ọlọ́run tí ó fi ẹ́ kẹ́ wa ní sáà yìí. Torí tá a bá mọ important olóyè ní sáà yìí, Ọlọ́run jẹ́ ká tún lè mọ important ẹlòmíì. You know, some of us, we can't joke with him at all. And that's why we give him all the accolade and respect. Akiba Gani Adams náà mú kí gbogbo àwọn oríṣiríṣi retired soldier, retired police tó jọmọ Yorùbá, ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo akámúra sílẹ̀ dáadáa. Ayọ̀mí Kúdámíjì, the North that gave Britain everything just to get Nigeria mandate in 1960. They would do anything to unseat Tinubu. Wá parapọ̀ wá unseat Tinubu, and that will be the end of him. Kí ló fi ṣe sí? Òun kọ́ ló ní gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì náà, tó bá vote fún kí ló máa ṣe sí? So gbogbo yẹn làwọn ò lè jó pẹ̀lú. We can't sit back and allow that to happen, knowing fully well now that there are a lot of movement, you know. So kọ́lọ́n wá pẹ̀lú wa. Mo kí àwọn Biafra, mo kí àwọn you know, Middle Belt as well. Babawa Akini, my brother, tell them the truth. The Yoruba are all involved in looting, padding, contract fraud. Name them in Nigeria wouldn't lend support. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, àwọn tó ń jalè nínú Nàìjíríà tó jẹ́ mọ́ Yorùbá, wọ́n ní support, láyé wọ́n ní support yìí, láyé àwọn tó ń jalè nínú Nàìjíríà lọ sí. How do you expect them to support you? Nigeria is a crime scene. Everybody knows that. So, mo kí Mr. Sunday Kayode Shigoni. Mo kí brother mi Abiodun George. Mo kí Emas B. Mo fojú pa yín rẹ́lẹ̀ nǹkan tẹ́ wọlé. I just have to, especially about record. Mo fẹ́ máa dárúkọ kó má máa wọnú recording yẹn kò dáa rárá so that àwọn tó bá ń gbọ́. Mo kí bàbá mi ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Gbàdàmọ́sí Smiler. Mo kí Mr. Joshua Olúwaṣeun. Nifel Mustapha. Mo kí Emmanuel Felix. Mo kí Mr. Tasfan Nation. John Ogundele bàbá mi mo kí Ọlánìpẹ̀kun. Mo kí brother mi Àjàgbé ẹjọ́ ràn wá lọ́wọ́. A ní ìdówó tó pọ̀ gan láti fi ṣe a lot of operation tá à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Sùnbọ̀ Kóìkì. Mo kí Mr. Adéwálé ní gbogbo Àlímọ̀ṣọ́. Ọlárẹ̀wájú Israel mo fojú pa yín rẹ́. Ta ló tó wà ń bẹ̀ ká tó máa lọ ká kí yín o. Ó má dàbí ìgbà tẹ́ pé Kóìkì wá fojú pa wá rẹ́. Mr. Razak Bankole, wọ́n ní òdodo ọ̀rọ̀ ní Kóìkì sọ o. Ẹ jẹ́ tètè agbọ́n tó ń sọ. Mr. Michael Owófẹ́mi ní bad medical attention killed my wife. Ẹ má bínú sá. Ìṣẹ̀rí comment wọn ni ṣá. Wọ́n ní 2 years ago làwọn lose ìyàwó àwọn ní hospital kan ní Ṣàgámù. Kọ́lọ̀ bá wa tẹ́ ìyàwó yín sáfẹ́fẹ́ rẹ̀ dádì. Ọlá bá ń dúró tì. Ẹ bá ń kí gbogbo àwọn Celestial Church of Christ. Mo like White Garment Church. You know, man like ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ apple gbogbo tó máa ń lọ nínú church yẹn. Ìní church Yorùbá dẹ̀ ni àwọn White Garment Church. You know, family tèmi náà, we are full member of it. even though pé Alhaji ni bàbá mi, but you know, I need you know, good background pẹ̀lú Celestial Church as well. So mo kí gbogbo wa o. Ẹ má bínú dáadé, Ọlọ́run foríjì àwọn yín o. Wọ́n ní hospital kan ní Ṣàgámù, ibẹ̀ ni ẹ̀gbọ́n mi triple DRS, mo ti rí ọwọ́ ẹ̀ ti fowó ránṣẹ́ sí mi lánàá, àṣírí á máa bò kò ní tán, ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ìdúpẹ́. Ẹ ti wá kúrò ní Woolwich báyìí, ẹ ti lọ sí Nottingham, ẹ ti lọ di mayor of Nottingham. Mo kàn ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ ní sí ni mo ti parí program, ẹ̀rọ ń pèrún. Ìjọ́ mo ti gbọ́ tó ń pèrún báyìí gbẹ̀yìn ní London. You know, that's the beauty of Africa. Allah Akbar. You know, that's the beauty of Africa. Àdẹ̀fẹ́ Sharia nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, afẹ́ Muslim, wọ́n máa gbé kọ́ kírun, kọ́ ṣe gbogbo tẹ́ kọ́ ṣe àfẹ́ kí devil of Sokoto wá sọ̀tà máa ṣe fún wa. So I think that is about it. I think I've covered everybody. Mo kẹ́yìn tèmi lórí Mixlr, mo kí dáadáa. Akin Games, mo kí ẹ. I know my volume has not been very great lately. Mo kẹ́yìn tẹ́wà, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Bash Ọba, mo kí yín. Mo kí ẹ brother mi Ìmọ́lẹ̀ Ṣakí, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin Òfìkì, mo kí Mr. Gabriel Ọmọlá, mo kí ẹ, mo kí Mr. Bass Rhyme, mo kí gbogbo Yorùbá pátápátá, whether you are conservative, whether you are this, you are that, gbogbo yín náà la kí àkí dáadáa. Mo kí àwọn staff mi náà, they are working back to back. Ẹ túbọ̀ ràn wá lọ́wọ́. A ti ra laptop kan, tabatura kan sí kò pọ̀ ju 430,000 naira ní ìtara. A lè ra alábọ́dé kan wà bí 390,000. Mo kàn wò pé ìtara yẹn ó bẹ́tà ká fi díẹ̀ kún kára oní 430 yẹn. It's a lot of money but it's worth it. Ẹ rí pé production á máa improve sí náà ni. So mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí. Mo kí ẹ Ọpẹ́, mo kí brother mi lẹ́ǹkan sí Ayọ̀mí Kódámíjú. Ọkọ̀yà Fọláyàn mo kí ẹ, mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá láyọ̀ nìkan sílẹ̀. A tún máa pàdé nígbà tí Ọlọ́run bá ní kàtún láǹfààní àti pàdé ara wa. A máa gbádùn ara wa náà ni. Mo kí bàbá mi Àlàbí Táíwò, mo kẹ́yìn tẹ́wà lórí Twitter. You know, sometimes I can't see you. I don't know why. Comment I can't see. I don't know who is there. You know, 50 ló ń wò mí, oríṣiríṣi ojú. I can't see them. I don't know why. Kí lè máa ráhùn tó ń ṣàn wò mí. I can't see them. I don't know why. So well, I greet every one of you, you know, and those of you on the Twitter space, I also give you an accolade as well. And on that note, I gotta go now. Olakunle mo kí ẹ. Abdullahi mo kí ẹ dáadáa, wà á rọ́wọ́ mi láìpẹ́. Mo kí gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan that are working tirelessly and mobilizing our people and preparing our people so that we can exit Nigeria. Àfẹ́ ìjà o, àfẹ́ lọ, àdẹ̀mbẹ̀ Ọlọ́run pé àárín wọn ni kíjà ti wà, kó ṣàtọ́ àwa sílẹ̀ káwa máa bá tiwa lọ. Mo kí àwọn ìyàwó mi, mo kí àwọn ọmọ Oòduà, mo dẹ̀ kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní UK, America, Canada, and the rest of the world. Koikimedia bringing the world closer to yourselves. And all our silent listeners, I say shout out to you as well. And on that note, Atumapade, some other time when we bring more interesting awareness campaign to your doorstep. Koikimedia, have a very good evening. Bye for now.